Wow.
We're live.
Hey-o. We
Who's that?
are live. Let me pull up.
Hello.
Whoops.
Live.
Hang on a second.
Pepper, I love it.
Where is that coming from? I gotta mute a second.
Whoa. I think there's more of a story than just haircut.
Yes. I cut my hair because of this bandage on the side of my head.
Ouch!
Man, are you okay?
Yeah, I just had a biopsy on the side of my head.
Yeah.
Biopsy for something sketchy, or
They said it was not colored when it came out, so that's a good sign.
oh, so it's not sketchy.
No, not sketchy.
All right, good job.
Nice
Yeah,
haircut.
So
Yeah,
you had a biopsy scare and you came out of the whole thing looking dapper? Shit. I've never come out of a hospital looking better.
Actually, I didn't even go to the hospital. I just went to the doctor's office. They did it right there. It was like a 20-minute procedure.
Yeah.
It came out.
Haircut included?
No, the haircut was before. They were like worried that I wasn't gonna cut it. Like it wasn't gonna be cut so it was cut too long. But I was just like, all right, well, because apparently I found out from the doctor that did it. No, the doctor's assistant, that most people don't cut their hair at all, and they have like a hard time with the stitching and everything.
Oh.
Yeah, they had to remove some bad skin as well, and a couple of other things. So,
Was it like a skin cancer scare? Was that what?
well, skin cancer runs in my family.
Oh.
And then on top of that, we developed cysts in our family after the age of 35, and I turned 36 this year.
Okay.
So my dad has about 10 of them on the back of his head. My sister has 3 of them, and then I have a younger sister who has 2. And I just got one removed because another growth started on top of it.
Oh, charming.
Yeah.
So the under one could get infected, right?
Right. So we were just like, all right, well, take that out and take the cyst out. That would have been fuel for whatever cancer type thing would have been. And done.
No mas, all gone.
Well, I'm glad to hear things are going well. Are we live right now?
Yeah, it's just
we're live.
On a lighter note, welcome to the wrap party for the Kickstarter.
Sorry for being a downer.
No, you're not a downer. You had good news.
No, that's good news.
Good news.
Good news, bad timing.
Oh, that's funny.
So where are we at, Mike?
Looks like we are at 5,300, 241% funded, 159 backers, and 40 minutes to go.
That's
It was
exciting.
barely 5,200 like
Jeez, that's awesome.
not long ago.
Yeah, I think
we
we just
jumped
got
up.
another backer. We're definitely in a nice little slope. We got quite a few actually pledged within the last couple hours.
Thanks
Yay.
for your help with that one, Karen. That was an awesome slam dunk.
Well, I just happened to see it, and as I was going through my feed, which I normally don't ever get to see anybody's most recent anything, and then I looked and it said she had made that comment to you a minute ago, and you didn't look like you'd been around, and I was like, oh no, the Kickstarter's ending. I gotta point out the link to her.
I know. I was getting ready to set up to do this stuff, and I saw that question, and I started like a cartoon, bumble my phone to get to as quick as I could, and then I saw your name like answer, and then with the OG, that was too kind.
I know, right? Well, you had it linked up top, and I guess she just, it was. I just wanted to make sure she saw it. So I was like,
absolutely. Well,
here you go. You're welcome. Because I'm so far down in the pack, there's no sense in me trying to steal your.
You've been working on that beautiful poster that every single backer's gonna get. So
yeah, well, thank you. I'm glad you guys like it, because I was really gonna cry for a while there. We were in that slump forever, and I thought, oh no, I'm gonna just have to give it to the creators for free because.
Turns out that mid Kickstarter slump is a real deal thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's too bad we couldn't get to the digital sketchbook unless we have like a flood of $300.
Oh, we got it.
You think?
Yeah,
so?
maybe. I guess we'll see. What do we need? 5,800. So
58.
we're a ways off.
All you
Wow, that was just a typo, Mike. I thought you said 5,300. Wasn't that what it was supposed to be?
No, I don't think so.
Darn.
I'm not very sad if we don't hit it. We'll have to make a whole other book, but not to, I mean, if people want it, still pledge. We will do it. I'm just tired, is all.
Well, I can. If we get to $5,800 tonight, I have that new publishing software. I will put it together for you, Mike, so you can finish moving in.
Fantastic.
If we get to
Nice.
5,800, so you hear
All
that?
right.
People put me to work.
Congratulations
Last
on the
minute.
new place, Mike.
Thank you.
We're happy that you're so stoked to be there. That's pretty cool.
I am. It's a lot to get used to, but oh man, it's like a magical place. It's such a small area. It was actually like one city before it became two cities. So it's two cities smashed into one. We actually live in Normal, but Bloomington is like south. But from where I'm from, it's like one town. It's not bigger than any one town that I've ever lived in.
Okay, I'm gonna go Google that location now.
The crazy thing about it though is that since it is such a small town, they could do like cool little things. Like one thing that I'm just loving every day is the stoplights are all timed. So if you're going one direction, you'll only hit a red light once. So and that's if you even hit it at all. If you're turning and you hit a red light, as soon as it turns green, you're never going to hit a red light again until you get to the end of that whole road. It's pretty crazy.
You're from Chicago, right?
Yeah.
Illinois'
You're like
seventh most populous outside of Chicago.
It's the what?
Illinois' seventh most populous community outside of Chicago.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
As a comic creator, you get to be like, I live in Normal. That will look awesome on a business card or wherever.
The craziest thing is there's only 2 comic shops in this whole area. There's a Graham Crackers, that's like a chain, and then there's a little hole in the wall place that I just discovered yesterday, actually. So that's pretty cool.
That is cool.
Yeah.
Because there's only 2 comic shops here. Oh, so you're okay. I see where you are. Yep. Not where you personally are, but where your city is.
No, I mean, that's pretty much where I'm at. It's so small. You walk around.
It had a 54,000 population for the whole Normal Bloomington area.
Yeah, that's both combined. Yeah, it's not too bad. I mean, it's a big, small town for sure. Mm-hmm. They have a downtown, and they have like a second downtown that I guess is considered an uptown. I don't know what the difference is.
I see. So you're like in the triangle along between Champaign, Peoria, and across from Springfield.
Yeah,
perfect triangle there.
Yeah. And I'm actually we're right on the top, so like right behind the complex that we live. That's where it turns into farmland for hours.
Oh, really?
So that's kind of nice.
Oh, actually. I can see that on the map right here. I bet I can.
That's awesome. We definitely have your location triangulated now.
Yep,
pretty much.
Ready to move in at any time.
Yep.
Well, I hear the Bloomington Normal Police are also very good as well. So just to let all you know,
it's nice to have some normal police.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. There's a community college there.
Yeah, there's a state college down there, ISU.
Oh yeah, ISU.
Yeah. That's where my sister-in-law works there.
Is that true?
And goes to the school there. Yeah.
You even got a regional airport. The Bloomington Airport.
I hear it's actually good for getting to certain states. Actually, it's cheaper. The flights are, quicker. Like less wait time, I guess. So that's pretty cool.
Wow. Let's see. There's a Walmart. Mm-hmm. There's a Children's Discovery Museum.
Yep. Haven't been there yet. There is a Walmart though, and the Walmart's huge. It's the biggest Walmart I've ever seen in my life.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's great, and the aisles are just super wide. Everything down here feels like, compared to where I'm from, it just feels like there's so much more space, and like there's less population everywhere. Like there's traffic, but nothing like what I used to deal with on a
Well, wait till you get in I mean, it's not going to be a lot, but probably when the fall's up, you'll see more traffic when the university's in school.
Yeah, probably. Probably.
All right. Okay, I'll just keep snooping at this while we talk about the Kickstarter, you guys. Congratulations, everybody.
Oh yeah.
We
Yep.
did it. All of us together, we did it. We made our goal.
Yeah.
Here it comes.
Books.
It's coming.
Oh my gosh, that's the most I've seen of it. That's great.
Really? Oh yeah, I put out one little video flipping through it before, but
Oh my gosh, that is so cool.
da.
See, that is a huge, big, beautiful comic book.
Yes.
That is a steal of a deal, if I say so.
It's got a front and a back.
You even
and
put a back
spine.
cover on it?
We even put a back cover on it, which is actually pretty cool. Scott did the cover, and then the back is actually the like what you would see on the other side of the mirror.
Yeah,
Ah,
Scott Circling
clever.
is
That's
Yeah.
clever.
darn talented.
Yeah. Yeah, and there was talk today on his live stream that if we do hit the digital sketchbook goal, that werewolf unicorn centaur drawing that he did might actually be our cover for that too.
Really?
So,
Well, let's. I don't know how
I
we're
love
gonna
the
match
format.
it.
we need some magic.
I know. We need some unicorn magic.
Mhm.
Does anybody want to maybe give like the short little pitch of what their individual stories about?
Sure, we could do
Let
that.
people know.
Why don't we start? We'll start the opposite way we went last time. Let's start with Chris in the
Oh, boy,
party
I'm-
office.
I'm putting me on the spot there.
Yep.
No pressure. No pressure. Okay, so I'm Chris Isaacson, and my story is called Red and Gray Into the Den, and it's about two superheroes, Red, who is a super soldier, and Gray, who is a teenage vigilante type of character, kind of like your Spider-Man, your Robin, and he's he is Red's protege, like the new recruit for this organization that that Red works for. Anyways, into the Den is about Gray taking on his first case alongside Red. And I think that's as much as I can give away. Yeah, that's as much as I can give away.
Are these like characters you've done other things with? Or is this something that new that you'd made up and you're gonna do something with, are they just one shot guys and you're never gonna use them again?
I made these characters back in 2014. However, I never got around to actually creating a full book with them because I figured that that their story is something that I want to work on when I have more years of experience working on comic books. So I'm thinking, like, if I were to do it, I would have to be, I don't know, maybe 10, 15 years from now.
No, I don't think so,
Or-
because it was really rad, and I think you could do a book right now with those characters.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. That's
I
nice.
think you're way selling yourself short. Those guys, you were really good, and
Yeah.
it was a great story, and your skills were up to par. So I would say, do not wait 10 to 15 years.
Yeah, and that's your
mean,
character design is really solid. And to kind of speak about both your character design and the poster that Karen made, I was at work yesterday showing people the poster, and that, like, telling them that they all get one, and they're like, "How much more does it cost?" I'm like, "Nothing. It's free. It's great." And my coworker, like in the frame shop, he's looking at it, and as I went to your character and he pointed at it, and he's like, "Oh, that's cool. Is it like a superhero thing in it too?" And I was like, "Yeah, man. There's a little bit of everything." So it really does draw attention. So yeah.
Yep.
Like I said, I don't
Wow.
think you need 10, 15 years, man. I think just start jumping in.
Yep,
But
you're just gonna have to
Oh,
give
man.
Gray a red hood, though,
get
is
into
all,
it.
because I did colored him red. So I'm sorry.
Yeah.
'Cause I needed some red in that part of the picture, so I gave him a red
Ah.
hood, and so I made him red and gray. So you're gonna have to put some red in his character design to see.
Yeah, like
I'm teasing. You don't have to, but
yeah. I'm kind of surprised that people like the design because I made that when I was 16. Yeah, I was 16 when I made that. Now I'm like turning 23, so that
Well,
was like quite a while
it's a
back.
classic
Yeah, but
superhero design.
I
So
Yeah,
I
I think I'm gonna stick with it for the rest of my life.
there you go.
Maybe
There you go. There's a
I see
kitty. Look, Peter, don't like video bomb us with your kitty.
So,
I don't
Karen,
think
what's
Peter
your
had a
story about?
choice.
Huh? My story.
Yeah, your story.
My story is about a unicorn family. And the young unicorn foal goes off chasing mobs and discovers something dreaded and sinister in the moonlight. Yes. And the poor little unicorn, will he live? I don't know. I don't know. You'll have to get the book to find out.
Dum, dum, dum.
That's right. That's what my story's about. So,
What about you, Matthew? What's your story about?
Gee, I wonder. Mine's about Bigfoot, and he helps the Michigan dogmen get back to Michigan. And it kind of goes on a Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck kind of adventure with the just what the way it goes. I just kind of had those two in mind while I was writing it, just so to keep it funny and all that.
I had never heard of the Michigan Dog Man. Has anybody else heard of the Michigan Dog Man?
I have not either, actually. That was the first that I'd heard.
He's my cousin.
Oh!
Tell us more about
I
your
only ran
cousin.
across
I don't want to spoil his story.
I know I found out about the Michigan Dogman when I was doing that cryptid thing, the cryptid series back in October.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
My husband works in Michigan, so I'll have to ask him to ask his coworkers if they know of the dreaded Michigan Dogman.
Or if they've seen it.
Yeah, maybe they've seen it. Ooh, scary.
It didn't pass with Sasquatch. It was the craziest thing I ever saw.
What? Wait, what? Did I mishear something? Something about what? Sasquatch?
Scat squash. What?
Squash? No. Bigfoot.
I could go for some squash.
Oh.
Just not the scat variety.
Ew, yuck.
Pepper, what's your story about?
Hey, you're next, Mike. What are you talking about? Go in order.
I'm going in order on my screen. I'm last on my screen.
Okay. All right. Mine is about Henry, who is kind of like a police officer of mythical creatures in her town. And she is helping a baker's assistant get over his werewolf affliction. And unbeknownst to her, she goes into the woods because she knew another werewolf was approaching, and they're trying to deal with him, and you'll have to see the end.
Oh.
Dun dun dun.
It's called Sidewards. Sorry. Yeah.
Cool.
Really bad at this.
No, that was fine. And of course, we have the famous Peter's Griffin.
That's right. It's about this family, and they have a son, Stewie, and no, it's about a griffin who finds a purpose in life and other elements to his existence. Had a really fun time writing it and illustrating it, and yeah, it's a story I don't want to give too much away, but I hear it's a good read.
Nice. Scott, how about you? What's your story about?
Mine is about an overzealous nature show host that travels the world in search of mythical creatures, kind of going region by region exploring. So in this week's episode, they're in Ireland exploring. And he's kind of a main character is Gentleman Jeff Gentry. And he's kind of a cross between like a Steve Irwin and a Jacques Cousteau type.
Yeah, are you going to do any more with that character? Because he also was really fun.
Yeah.
You know, I can't help but think doing like an anthology thing where, you know, he's in Japan or he's in the Himalayas or, you know, wherever, and like having some different people just go, you know, here's this character that's pretty simple and straightforward and flamboyant and fun and
Ooh, I want to do it.
okay, sweet. You're in.
Yay!
Yeah, I think you know, and that's really like how I came to it. It's just when I was trying to figure out what type of mythical story I wanted to tell, I went to Ireland because I'm Irish in the family, and I'm like, well, cool way to learn about it, and kind of a weird zine approach, sort of a thing where it's some information but a lot of fun. So figure that could go in like so many cultures anywhere in the world, you know, and be able to really play that up. So yeah. We'll see.
Yeah. It was funny too.
We'll get through this half hour or so first and see how many we can print.
So is that what you want for Volume 3, Scott? If you win?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The theme is me.
Oh.
Oh boy.
That's hilarious. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, absolutely. That's what. Thank you.
Oh.
I'm dedicated to you, Pepper. They can blame us for it.
And we've got Mr. Thomas Clemens here as well. Thomas, what's your story about?
Oh, my story is basically a werewolf and a unicorn playing basketball, and stuff gets crazy.
That's cool.
Sounds about right.
You know, yours was the editor's choice for favorite, and you know why that is? Tell him.
Mine was?
Yeah, why was his our favorite as editors?
Oh, because there was no dialogue. Yeah.
You were our favorite because it was perfect. Yours was perfect.
No
editorial notes. Nothing.
Yeah,
Only one.
I did. I don't know if that was this decision on my part to make it shorter or whatever. It probably was. It probably was. You know, I was like, to be honest, I have always liked those Warner Brothers cartoons where the sheepdog and the wolf they're fighting each other and stuff. And so I kind of wanted to do something like that. And so that's why I did kind of like that, where it was just all like pictures and stuff. But as I was doing it, I was thinking, this is gonna save a ton of time because I don't have to do dialogue or anything like that.
Yep.
But
not just for you, but for us as well.
Well, then I started putting in the sound effects and all that kind of stuff and everything. And I thought, well, that kind of blows that all to hell because I still got to spend a lot of time on this. Sound effects and stuff, so.
Yeah, sound effects are time consuming.
Yeah.
It's so time consuming.
But yeah, at least there wasn't any dialogue to like spell check or anything.
That's true, but it didn't need any dialogue. It was kick ass without it.
Yeah,
I love this style.
Thanks.
And now, Mike.
Oh, mine's a silly story about goblins and a queen. I really like the queen actually more than the goblins a little bit. Thinking back on it, I might have come up with some ideas for her too. But anyways, yeah, there's a queen. She's trying to have a little game with her friends and some wine. She's playing a game, drinking some wine, and one of the guards gets all hot and bothered about some goblins. He's like, "Hey, there's some goblins coming. Shouldn't we do something about this?" And she's like, "Goblins, come on, quit wasting my time. I'm trying to play a game here, guy. What's wrong with you?"
Priorities.
And hilarity ensues because the goblins are as they are. And I based them actually off of the Three Stooges. I grew up watching a lot of Three Stooges. I wanted to do somewhat of like an homage kind of thing, or the Three Stooges, Laurel and Hardy, that kind of thing. You don't see a whole lot of that these days, and I liked that kind of stuff, and so I wanted to kind of emulate something like that with them. So there's a lot of back and forth kind of banter between the goblins that I hope comes across as funny and ends on a decent punchline from the setup.
Oh, it was supposed to be funny because I was really sad when I got done reading it. No, of course it was funny.
Goblin Volume. You can't go wrong.
It was like the Rangers of Madison County, but with goblins. Man,
missed the mark.
yeah, the doomed love affair between the goblins and the queen.
Yes, I love the goblins.
Your art was like really amazing, but
thank
I
you.
can tell, Mike, that you have a penchant for hating yourself because you like put way too much detail and stuff and all that. It's like I got 2.5 months to do a 4-page story. Let me go as insane with the art as I possibly can.
Let me use all 2.5 months.
It looked like you thought, I'm just going to put everything I learned into this. And it looks good. It looked really
It's
good.
a portfolio
really
piece.
great.
It's a portfolio piece, people.
Yeah, the whole thing is.
Oh yeah, it is. It's a good book.
It really looks like everybody brought their A game on this, which is really exciting to see with all the different styles.
Yeah, I think so. Everybody's got their own kind of styles and sensibilities and stuff, and all together in that book. It's really cool. It's just awesome to flip through. I've been trying not to because I really want to check out the complete thing, but it's just cool to see everything together.
Somebody being murdered in the background. What is going on?
That's probably coming from Chris. All kinds of crazy stuff happens over there.
Really?
You just had to know it was me.
What's going on?
Someone's playing pool in the back.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like way across the room,
I
though.
thought it was a Greek wedding.
Or that.
How do you know what a Greek wedding sounds like?
It sounds like plates crashing. Right?
Didn't he watch that? He probably watched that movie, My Big Fat Greek Wedding, right? That's a really good movie, actually.
I've heard that title a lot.
It's a really good movie. It's really cute.
I know my family's not Greek, but that's pretty much a wedding in my family.
Smashing plates.
I actually haven't. The only thing I've seen from everyone else's work is their posts in the group, because spoilers.
Yeah.
So like I will read everyone's stories as I get my own copies.
Nice.
It's like
I'm doing the same thing.
Have we all done that except for the editors?
Uh-oh.
Well, I haven't read anything. I just blindly edit when I.
No.
No wonder.
There are some of us that,
sleep
there are
with
some
them in
people
my
that try
pillow.
not to read them all, but I don't know. I think there's only a couple. It's so tempting. How could you not? How could you not go snoop in the submissions?
Yeah.
Because
They're right there.
I had to change my own password and forget it.
No. No. That's too silly. You didn't.
That's funny. I will say, even though we edited all these, I haven't really experienced them yet, because I was mostly going through looking for spelling corrections, grammar stuff, just very technical kind of.
Not really looking at the art.
I mean, yeah, I was looking
A
at
little
the art,
bit, but not the whole. It was very divorced.
you weren't enjoying it.
Yeah, it was all
Well, your focus was on the word balloons, right? Rather, you'd see the picture, but then you were focused on the word balloon or the sound effect or whatever.
Some stuff though, I don't know. I put the editor goggles on, I guess, or I'm just really intently focused on things that are problems. Is this going to run off the page, or a weird font or something in one case where you just couldn't read it at all, stuff like that.
Mm.
But
it'll be pretty cool to sit down, quietly with a cup of coffee when this is all done and just read.
Yeah. Oddly enough, though, maybe it's just because I'm so close to it the whole time. I still haven't read Life in Space.
You haven't read Life in Space?
No, I haven't.
What?
Oh boy.
Oh my gosh.
I should.
Neither have I.
What?
I wasn't in the book, so.
You're out of the group. Come on, out. That's it. You've been banished.
I read the whole thing before I go to bed every night.
I'd like a copy, please.
There's none left. They're all
Well, I have some copies.
You do? Oh, wow.
Ooh.
I think so. I think I've only given 1 or 2. I think I have 8 copies, maybe.
Oh, wow.
Oh, cool.
So, if anybody would want one.
Now they're going to go at a premium.
Yes.
Well, you all donated your book.
If there is a book 3.
The shipping alone is going to wreck me.
Because I don't really go to cons, so I end up with my extra books, and so you never know if there's a book 3. Perhaps there will be some more collector sets available.
That'd be cool.
For backers.
Chris, as far as shipping goes, this time around, we are getting a subscription from stamps.com. So we worked it out, and it's actually cheaper to do it that way. It's $30 up front, but what it ended up saving, especially in international shipping, was ridiculous. So
really?
International shipping costs went down quite a bit this time. Yeah. So that
sounds unreal.
So here's the question: if I had a customer email me who wanted to buy a PDF of one of my books because she lives in South Africa and it's too expensive, I don't have a problem giving PDFs out, selling them, whatever. So, but would that then, if I were to have, like, what is the threshold? What is this, like, then clearly I could then send it to her for cheaper than if she ordered it, right? Is what you're saying through stamps.com? Like,
it wouldn't be worth it unless you're doing a lot of shipping, though. If you're actually going to make use of the subscription, then it's worth it.
So if I get to a point where I'm actually having regular requests, then
like for us, we're sending over 200 something packages, I think. Close to 200, because we got 159 backers. I don't know. I'll have to sort out how many of those are physical rewards, but it was well beyond a threshold that would make it worthwhile for sure. But yeah, if you're shipping regularly, I mean, I was amazed at how cheap it was, especially international. I don't know what it is about international, but it dropped the cost a lot. And for domestic, it was almost half.
Really?
Yeah.
This should be like told to all Kickstarter and Indiegogo people. How do they not know about this?
Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know.
Secrets of crowdfunding with Mike Emirates.
Finding out the little tricks.
That's right. You could set up an ebook. You could be the ebook guy.
I thought about it actually.
Really?
Kickstarter ebook, yeah.
12 minutes.
Totally do it.
Yeah.
12 minutes left.
I got 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
10 minutes.
10 minutes on the Kickstarter page.
12 minutes there.
Well, that's the time.
Oh my god.
So we're not going to get. We get to 160. Somebody, quick, go back the digital copy.
Quick.
It's Joshua Campbell.
How's it going?
Hey.
Corey.
Yay. Hello.
Hey.
Corey Curtis special sneak up on
In
you.
the 48-hour.
Did sneak up on
Yeah,
us.
you guys are live on my channel as well.
Oh, really?
What?
Nice.
How does that work?
Magic.
Yeah.
It's
Sorcery.
just crazy magic. And
Corey-
Josh should be joining us, and we've got about 7 to 10 people that are watching on my channel. So
Cool.
Hello, people on Corey's channel. So we were just saying Mike needs to do an ebook about the crowdfunding secrets, and then you need to do one about the live broadcasting secrets, and the two of you then can start going on tours together. So, like,
Book signing.
Book signings and
Mike,
little.
if Mike wants to edit and write my ebook on that portion, then I would be glad to put my name on it.
And then you guys could you could go to conventions and writers conventions. Yeah, you could do all kinds of stuff. You could have a Udemy course or whatever. See, you guys could join your forces and then
That's
corner
not a
the
bad
market.
idea. You see these guys that make this little self-help books or how-to books. They can make a whole career off of.
Yes,
one
they
thing.
can. There's good money in that.
Yeah.
So the only problem is when people do it on platforms that change like every 6 months, then it becomes way too much work to keep updating your books. And then it's worth really, because you have to constantly be working, because every time the service changes, you have to, oh, nope, they don't do this anymore. Now they do this. Oh. So
I really like just doing YouTube videos, because then I can just talk, and when I'm done talking, I turn the video off, and that's way easier than writing a book.
you could just have somebody transcribe it.
Yeah, there you go.
You do one of those. They have services for that actually.
Yeah.
Cheap.
They're called editinggenie.com, and they're run by someone named Karen Bonfiglio.
Oh, really? You do that?
I would.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I have a very little, actually, I don't talk about it at all because I haven't really, but yes, I have a website for my editing services. And
Cool.
I would do info,
Nice.
but I don't really promote that. But I am now, apparently, to all 7 of Corey's followers.
Waiting for the pinnacle. That is awesome. Oh, by the way,
Use your services. I'm always doing audio dictations for everything I write, and it's like I hate transcribing it. I hate
You
it.
do? I like to type, so
I like to
So
type.
I'll type it and clean it up for you, Mikey.
Ooh.
Nice.
Ooh.
See, that negates my big worry with that, which would be like the translation of all the likes and ums.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Which audio does not sound as bad as just in text, like in a book. That would be brutal, because if it were a quote, I could just imagine every other word saying like
Yeah.
You got to start tallying it up.
Yeah.
I repeat myself a lot. Like I will start a sentence, not figure out what I'm going to say, so I just say the same thing over again until I'm like, "Yep, that's the end of the sentence." I said the beginning 3 times, but that's fine.
That's funny. That's what I kind of do too, and my husband can't stand it. He's like, "Are you ever going to get to a point, Karen? I've already said this." Yeah, I know. Sorry.
It's the curse
Hey,
of the
so we-
long-winded. I relate. Yeah. All right, Corey, what's up?
I was just going to say we've got 6 minutes to go.
Yeah,
We got 6 minutes left on this thing.
Are we going to do like a who's got the 10-second timer we can all count down to?
I have a 1 minute timer.
I have a 15-minute timer.
Somebody put the 1 minute timer up on their
It can't.
screen.
It counts down on the Kickstarter page. It
Oh,
counts
does
down.
Oh, it does it? Oh.
That's
You're
amazing.
The
pumped.
last
And I
minute,
will.
What?
the last
It
minute
just
goes to seconds.
Does it really? Ooh,
Yeah.
exciting.
Yeah,
Cool. Then I will just pull that up
it's
for the
already
people
going
on.
down.
Yeah, for the people on my channel, we'll just watch it. I'll just put that on the screen like this once we're good to go. So yeah.
Cool.
That is awesome.
I'll just hold it in place.
So I happened to see you guys doing this as we were art checking, and I told Josh, I said, "Hey, let's jump over." So I don't know what you've been talking about. What have you guys been talking about?
I think we just went through all of our stories.
We talked about somebody's biopsy. We talked about
We
somebody's
started with
move.
That was the show opener.
Yeah. And then we talked about everybody's stories and how great we all were. Because we all are great. So you guys, quickly, 30-second pitch. What is your story about Corey?
Good idea.
My story is about Captain Ahab resurrecting Ishmael and the Pequod to go hunt a giant narwhal and change the polarity of the Devil's Triangle.
Oh my gosh. And have you ever had a biopsy? Have you ever had a biopsy?
I don't believe I have a biopsy. I've had some really weird things, but I haven't had a biopsy. I had laser go in through my pupil and sew my retina back on. Does that?
No, that
Does
doesn't
that
count,
count?
but that's still cool.
That
All
is
right.
pretty
what
good.
about some of your weird stuff on 48?
Now, Joshua,
Yeah.
what is your 30-second story? Your 4-page second story about in 30 seconds?
It's about a dragon who's really selfish and learns how to share with a kid named Benjamin.
Your elevator pitch
Aw.
is so much more concise than mine.
Yeah, you got to use up your 30 seconds, man.
Still got 20 seconds.
Okay,
like
so
your pitch
then we
is
can
a
ask
super
Corey the
pleasant.
question: do you have a robot eye now? Because that would be really rad.
I do not have a robot eye,
Darn it.
but I tore my retina in half twice.
Ew.
And they told me that if I tear that retina in half again, they will have to take my eye out, freeze it, wrap a belt around it, and tighten it until the retina pops back into place. And they actually have a thing that sits on your nose and your ear that's called an eye cup, where it's just a little ledge where your eyeball sits while that's happening.
Ew. Oh my
And
god.
so
Don't do
now
that.
now I wear sunglasses a lot because I'm constantly terrified that my right eye is gonna just I'm gonna have to have this frozen
Back
out
on
of
Kickstarter,
skull
his
surgery.
eyeball's gonna pop out of his head at any moment.
Yeah, that's true.
We need your help, everybody. Please.
Then you
Getting
get a cool eye
haircuts and
belt.
freezing eyeballs all over the place.
2 minutes to go, you guys.
It's
2
the most
minutes
terrifying
to go.
thing I've heard all
2
week.
minutes left.
to link onto your eye belt.
Oh my gosh. I want to look
Yeah.
that up right now.
That is
Okay.
hardcore. I will say though, the benefit, if anything
Sharing the
happens,
pictures.
is you get a rad eye.
Eyeball cup.
I'll tell you that the second time that I tore my retina in half and had that surgery, I was in middle school and had to wear an eye patch around in 7th grade for a week and a half. And that was fun.
Now, this is all about frozen eye syndrome and edible gummy eyeballs and frozen corneas and can eyes freeze and stuff like that.
So I'm guessing if it ever happens, we'll see it on 48-hour art check. You'll be like,
I
so
will.
I wanted to make sure to keep it going, so
I will
here in the
live stream that for sure.
Eyeball cup medical.
Theme for the next anthology is crazy eyeball stories.
It just went to the seconds counter.
Don't look it up, Karen. No good can come from this.
There we go.
I love
Okay,
it.
we've got our seconds countdown. We're at 100 seconds left.
Oh my gosh, look at that.
Whoa.
Exciting, you guys.
Can I zoom in on this?
Is anyone gonna hop in the next like 90 seconds? Come on.
No, I don't think
So
so.
we are at $5,309 with 159 backers and 80 seconds left.
Oh my gosh.
All the others
Super
are lurking.
Close.
They're just watching us.
Come on, somebody.
Right. If you are watching this right now, this big green button that says back this project, that's where you click.
No pressure.
Oh. Last little.
Ignore the timer. No pressure.
Oh my god, that's
Is that-
really
Uh-oh.
stressful. What is that?
Seconds.
Is that Scott playing a guitar?
Never red.
Oh my
Never
god.
We're in the
It's
red.
red. I've
It's
never
turning
seen this
red.
before.
Wow.
That's really kind of fun.
Slightly different time. I got 44. Oh,
Me
now
too.
43.
40 seconds left now.
Yep. I'm just gonna watch
Oh
Corey's.
boy.
if you back
Yeah.
in the last 20 seconds, visit.
Okay, we're still at
Bring you
159. Do you guys think we'll hit 160? It
No, but it would be cool if we did.
would be cool.
It's like one more person.
back in the last 5 seconds.
If
I'll make-
anybody backs, I'll send you a postcard in the next 17 seconds.
Let's do it. Oh my gosh.
I'll make you.
guys.
I'll draw a commission for you for free and send it to you.
All right, Corey, you got to start
Ooh.
counting down so we can
10.
all watch the same screen.
Okay. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Yay! Oh, look, it had little fireworks go off on the page.
I didn't know there'd be
Yeah.
confetti.
Yeah,
That's exciting.
Hey, that's
That's
cool.
Confetti.
Wow, that is so cute and nice. Oh,
That
it's
is
so
amazing.
nice.
We
It's
funded.
funded. It is now a funded project.
It's over.
All right. So
Yeah.
how do I get this to? I want this to fit on the screen again.
Now we get to buy all those
Finally.
colors that we were
That
talking
was crazy. We made a book.
Congratulations, you guys. Woohoo! You rock.
Well done,
Our
everyone.
backers rock.
Congratulations, everyone.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Mike.
Thank you, everybody. Bonk, bonk.
Scott.
That is
Yeah.
amazing.
We
Good
did it.
stuff.
Thanks, everyone.
Mm.
Thank you.
Oh,
Well,
so
We had a lot of love from a lot of other people help getting the word out on this too who weren't in the book. We had a lot of help out there.
Yeah, it was cool.
funded in the first roughly 24 hours. Was that like
It was
2
20,
hours?
25 and a half hours is when it funded.
Not bad.
That caught
and then you
me
guys
off guard.
almost gave me a heart attack because I didn't think we'd reach the stretch goal for the poster, and I was going to cry.
But we did.
Yeah,
And we did, and so that was
We
yay.
did.
Didn't we
So-
almost hit all the stretch goals?
Almost. Almost.
Wasn't that-
Which one didn't we get?
The digital sketchbook.
Oh, that was. I was excited about that one too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
far-
apparently we need another $500.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I guess you should have streamed more, Corey.
I know. Sorry.
Let's stream
figure
your
out-
eyeball thing.
Try to, yeah, right.
Last
I can't
Yeah.
find it. I'm bummed because today I got to watch somebody squeeze a giant hematoma of blood clots out of somebody's leg, and I on the internet, and I can't see an eyeball cup thing,
Well,
medical procedure.
This was 1992, so they may have come up with a better procedure.
Yeah.
I hope so.
They use a hammer now.
Well, maybe they use like some kind of like laser treatment now.
Yeah, I don't know.
Enucleation is the removal of the eye that leaves the eye muscles and remaining orbital contents intact.
That's pretty cool, though. Your eye is like a world traveler.
What? His eye? Why?
Well, because it's been, more locations than most people's. Like, usually eyes stay in the house, So his eye's just an adventurer,
Oh.
Trying to be this is a bit that I want to at some point develop is like the terrible optimist. It's like, somebody's like, the trade center fell, and they're like, well, on the plus side, we have like clear property now. So like just that person who's like, whenever it's inappropriate, is super optimistic.
Perfect comic strip.
Still
You can start with a hashtag somewhere. Terrible optimist.
That'd make a fun Instagram comic, actually.
But so if you were gonna freeze
thing
the
after your long form.
maybe like for a week I'll just do terrible optimist comics.
You should. That'd be funny.
No, Josh,
And
Josh,
then
what
make
you
a
need to do
Kickstarter
is,
for it.
Yeah, like the
Josh, you need to do terrible optimist animations. That's what you need to do.
Ooh, maybe that's our side project.
Yep.
Ooh, maybe.
Yep.
We're thinking
Just
about
build
doing Corey's trying to talk me into doing something more time consuming than comics.
Corey, you're a bad man.
I just don't think Josh spends enough time doing comics. I think, there's harder things out there that he should tackle.
Oh, I
You should
see.
be comic harder.
Oh,
Poor
man.
Josh. Josh has a kid who's young and demands lots of time. He can't be doing animations.
I've got an 11-month-old and a 9-year-old.
Yeah, I was gonna say like Corey's got me beat on that one.
But Corey, aren't you a freelancer?
No, I teach.
Oh, you teach.
Yeah.
So, but you get okay. Well, yeah, you're busy too. But you know what I'm saying. Do you work from home or do you have to go to a day job?
I go to a day job.
You just
you go to a day job too.
Vacation time.
So Josh, you're just not as hardcore as Corey, and you're just gonna have to gonna have to step it up. Apparently, is the deal.
I know.
In all actuality, Josh is about 2.5 times more hardcore than I am.
Is that right?
If we're comparing hardcoreness. He's literally in a punk. He's literally in a punk band for one.
Oh, that's true.
It's really hard. You guys just
and then for two, he commutes an hour one way every day.
And he works.
Today
and
mine was 4 hours because of a semi truck.
And he does his comic. Okay, yeah, he's pretty hardcore.
Yeah, and I live 0.6 miles from my front door to my office door.
Is that right?
Yeah. I've tracked it. That includes the stairs. So,
really?
yeah,
how many steps is that? How many steps?
Know.
Do you have like do you have an iPhone or whatever? Get your health tracker, turn the health thing on so it says your steps, and then you can just check it.
Okay,
I'll get hip to that health tracking thing. I feel like an old man with that because but
it's already on your phone. You don't need to get the Fitbit or whatever. You just can have it on your phone and keep your phone in your pocket.
Yeah, but I don't understand any of the smartphone stuff, and I start sounding like a grandparent with that kind of thing. Like my son is the person. He's 5, right?
Yeah.
And he was 4. He showed me how to sync his iPad to the television. I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah.
And then I was like, wait, how did you do that? And he's like, what?
Maybe you spend too much time doing comics, Josh.
Karen, have you seen the size of the paper that Josh works on?
It's because my eyes.
What size paper is he working on?
I'm just gonna be an old man.
What size? What's it? So most people work 11 by 17. You got to talk, Josh, so you can see what you're doing.
Oh yeah. So it's a very large sheet of paper.
Is that on one sheet or do
what
you?
What the heck? Is that 20? What is that? What size is that?
I just did it because it scales pretty well to 8.5 by 11, which is the size. I don't want it to be standard size comic. I want it a little bigger.
Why?
19 by 24. Because there's a lot of reasons. I got really super into old timey comics and was like, this format's kind of stupid for some art. for most art it works great, but like for like why does the book have to be that, you know? And then like
It doesn't.
trade is going to be like 6x9, which scales okay to comics, but still it's not quite. So anyhow,
it all was arbitrary too. Like, well, not quite arbitrary. It was all because of cost that it became size, because they could get so many issues out of the sheet.
So you're working on a 1924 piece of paper that you then portrait, and halfway down the middle, it's a spread of 2 sheets. That
no, that's one page.
No, it's just one page. So part of that came from like, so I went to this thing years ago called the Masters of American Comics. It was a really cool like art show, and it had like original Art Crumb and like Art Spiegelman, and it went like all the way back to like original Kirby pages. And I was looking at these pages, and most of the artists I really admire that get a ton of detail work huge. Like Chris Ware works larger than this. He works like on like, you know, those sheets of bristle that like when you're at the art store you have to go to the I'm forgetting what it's called. It's like I have one in my garage, but it's like a flat file. You have to go to like a flat file to pull out like the size, you know, those big sheets of like nice bristle. He'll do a page on that.
Oh my
God. I was like, oh, that's my problem. I'm just like working. I like working big. That's like my favorite thing. So, but like working small.
So when
you,
how much detail do you lose then when you reduce it for print, or do you not lose any?
It's not. It actually. The thing is, you have to manage your weights of pen. Like regardless, even if you're working like half that size, like you have to figure out like what the smallest weight that can replicate is going to be. When you reduce it down, because otherwise you're just wasting, you know, resources and time, right? So it's like I've figured out that like the smallest that'll translate is like a 1, and so like if I'm getting smaller than a 1, like a 0.005, like I'm noodling for no reason. So that's pretty much it, but. It is weird. I mean, it's weird to work that big, but I like Harriman worked that big, and like a lot of guys I really dig like worked that big. It's kind of, I arrived at it the same way I arrived at like using more traditional materials, where like originally it was just like a Sharpie, and I was working on like, you know, like manga paper and stuff, just like whatever works, or like throwaway 8.5x11 paper. And then like eventually upgraded to bristle and was working on like comic paper, and then.
All right. So when are we going to go to California to see your art show of your original comic book pages all up in a gallery?
Well, you're what, four pages away from finishing this book, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty close. I think I've got about 4 pages. Yeah, so it's not where I wanted it to be. I thought I'd be done in May, but I guess if like you calculate years into it, it's not that.
Well, it's a few more weeks.
Yeah, a couple weeks, a couple months isn't that big a deal.
You should do a show though. You should find a gallery, because you've got how many pages? How many pages do you have?
Like probably.
Yeah, and they're so big and everything. People would probably love to do that in an indie friendly gallery.
Yeah, total it'll be like 100 something. So.
Yeah.
Oh, have a show, and then
you should do it.
That'd be cool. And then you guys need to live stream it, because we won't be able to go. I won't be able to go to California, so somebody will need to live stream it.
Okay.
Yeah, I might do that. I mean, I think that's part of the plan, because I haven't been selling any pages. The only catch is I don't know if I'd want that to be a tier for like the Kickstarter, but then that would kind of take away from doing
you have your show. You have to have the show first. You have to have the show first.
That's true. That's true. I also have this like nerdy collector thing where it's like I like having them all in sequence, and like selling one kind of sucks, because then it's like, well, but then I don't have page 2. But I know I can sell them for probably a little higher, because they're actually lettered. I think that'll like up the appeal, because it's like you can like you actually get a literal page out of the story. There's like nothing in it that's not in the book, you know?
So what if you like did the gallery show as a promotion to like just before your Kickstarter? So anyone who's like, I want to buy this, be like, well, you'll be able to starting at the first of next month. the book's going into print, and you'll be able to purchase there.
That's a really good idea.
Get them on the email list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine printing the book at scale.
That'd be fun.
I've got stuff like that.
Yeah, I have a lot of books like that.
Graphics might do that.
Well, how do you get through the gatekeepers, though? That's the thing. Because I have kind of an acquaintance who does stuff through Fantagraphics, but he self-published for like 10 years before they put his stuff out, you know? So
do like one of these books?
Ooh.
Yeah, those are
Where
nice.
it's just, this is like the full page.
I couldn't see it. Corey, hold up the thing. You're not showing on my screen.
Oh, sorry. It's just a giant reproduction of the actual artwork of. This is Frank Miller's Daredevil, but they do stuff like this.
Look at all these ones. That would be ideal to do something like where you have like the like cool stuff and like a wraparound and French paper.
Anniversary.
But
sounds like you have some Kickstarter goals.
Money to put a book like that together.
No, that's why you have a crowdfunding Kickstarter.
Yeah.
This is what'll happen. This is what'll happen after you're famous, and everybody's trying to decide whether you're a hack or not. Then somebody's going to come out and say, "No, he invented that genre. He's not a hack if he invented it." Anyway.
Oh,
that's funny. Well, then you can't sell the originals because then somebody else. You don't have to track down all the people if you want to like do that. Like if you want to have the original. Well, I guess if your scans are high quality and safe, I guess it doesn't really matter.
No, they photograph these. They actually go and they hunt down all of the pages.
Yeah.
And so the pages get collected by different people. Like I've got pages behind me. And then when they do one of these books, they find who bought them. Yeah. And it takes them a while to track them all down. And then they photograph them because you can see like it's yellow. You can see like tape, and you can see like the whiteout, and the whiteout has like a shadow and stuff. So you can see like the depth of this. Anyway, I'm nerding out on this. I love this sort of stuff.
That's really cool.
It's cool.
It sounds like a smart.
All those old collections of like Frank King and like George Harriman and some of those old like newspaper comic strips. The people who put those books together, sometimes they have to like hunt down just like a newspaper that ran it, and then like scan the newspaper because they don't have the original, and so like, they have to, like, doctor the newspaper so that it looks better, and like it's a whole undertaking with those things because like cartoonists at the time, like even the old pulp painters too, they always had that problem because they used to like paint on both sides of the bristle board, and so like the paint got destroyed, and they'd sell them for like $10, to people. Like tracking down and trying to make a thing for that, like that's like the only more nightmarish editing I can think of than what Mike just went through.
Luckily, Mike wasn't doing anything stressful at the time, like moving.
Yeah,
right.
It was really fortunate. Yeah,
it's good you didn't have like a wedding and moving and like all of these like some of the most stressful events of your life all combined with.
What are the top 5? It's like marriage, death, moving, public speaking.
Luckily,
getting a job.
Screws under the fingernails.
Losing or getting a new job.
Yeah, pretty much all.
Yep. Well, and you did go through all that.
Losing access to like a core part of your body that you require to do your job, like that didn't happen either. Like none of this happened while.
Oh yeah, Mike, my gosh.
So when we're
Hero
talking
of the
about
100.
hardcore, I think Mike.
Working on it.
I think Mike is the most hardcore out of all of the hardcores.
No.
Like quick draw.
I'm gonna have to go throw my leathers on and ride around on my motorcycle just to up my game a little bit.
Did you almost get like hit by a tornado while you were trying to ride your bike the other day? Is that what I saw on the Facebooks? What was that?
Yeah, that was. Yeah, it's been crazy weather. We had a tornado warning, and then it was hailing. Luckily, I barely missed the hail, but there was standing water. There was standing water on the road, which is kind of scary. I mean, I'm not going that far or that fast, But I have gotten caught in a hailstorm. I have a video if you haven't watched it. It's pretty funny. I have gotten caught in a hailstorm on my bike on the freeway.
Oh my god!
I did 900.
Really?
I did 962 miles in 27 hours on my bike, and I almost died 3 times. So yeah, it was one of them.
Sorry.
Well, yeah.
Like when I'm in my sedan, I'm just like,
You're
hailstorm. That's too bad.
Right. Whereas I'm like, I need to stop at the gas station so that I can wrap my shins in newspaper, so that I quit getting pelted with these sharp balls of ice that are coming at me at 95 miles an hour.
Oh man!
Oh my gosh!
Go tomorrow at a trucker bar, and like, well, maybe they aren't that hardcore. No, they're probably that hardcore.
It depends. I mean, if it's like the lawyer who throws his leathers on and rides around town on Saturdays, yeah,
It's like it's gonna be those, because I mean, like that's like the right wing contingent of the area I live in, which is like one of the only. And we have a bunch of songs that are like anti-Trump. So I think this is gonna be a really interesting show tomorrow.
It'll be fun.
Oh, okay. Well, don't get hurt. Don't get hurt.
Just
Yeah.
So,
Like there's the bikers who.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, I was going to say, there's the bikers who only ride in fair weather. Then there's the bikers who, like, I met one time. I just lived on the road for a little while. I was just driving around and I just slept on the beach and bathed in rivers whenever I came across one. I was just driving, and did that for
an Amazon or like, sorry, whenever you just sound like back in my barbarian days.
Right. I intentionally tried. It was my version of Walden Pond. I'll list everything I had on my bike. I had short stories from Joseph Campbell. I had my 357 stub nose revolver. I had my camera. I had a bar of soap. I had one extra T-shirt, one extra pair of underwear, and a bedroll. And
no toilet paper.
No, I mean I wasn't in the middle of nowhere. So like I would stop to eat places.
Right.
And I'd just go there.
No bourbon
or whatever. No, I don't drink. So,
See,
but I met it. What's that?
Bourbon.
Yeah.
Because if you had bourbon and like just some weird drugs, like you're straight on the road at that point, you know, like a Kerouacian.
Right. But I've never had a drop of alcohol, so I don't even know what it would be like.
You're not.
But
really believable.
I mean, if you count cough syrup, you know, if I get a cold, I'll take some NyQuil and be unconscious for 20 hours.
Okay, well, don't drink any kombucha then. Don't drink any kombucha because there's alcohol in that too. And then if you've never had any, you might get a little loopy.
Yeah.
So don't drink kombucha and drive.
If that cough syrup has that DM on it, be careful, because that was like high school shenanigans from my.
Oh my gosh.
Robo trip.
Oh yeah, see, Mike knows.
No,
Josh, I was only going to ask you, are there any videos on the webs of you and your punk band performing so we could experience the radness of your hardcoreness?
There's a couple.
Or do you guys?
Yeah, I post some stuff to Instagram too, but I'll probably like this one just because it's like it's like a whole. I've never really played a festival kind of thing, so it might be fun to do like a little like thing of it. At least
you should just set up a tripod and just put your phone on it and just stream it.
Yeah. Oh, that's not a bad idea. Maybe do like a live stream or something.
Yeah, cool. But let me know because I want to check it out. Okay, so
okay.
Like put it in the group somewhere or something. DM us or something.
Yeah.
If you've listened to the intro music during that animation that I did on the 48-hour art check, that's Josh's band, No Saboteurs.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just having fun. It's literally a way to get free beer.
Anything for beer.
Oh my gosh.
It's like
funny.
I don't know. Like, you gotta have something to kind of blow off steam outside of just art. So it's like another thing where I can make stuff, but it's like this one's literally just for fun. Whereas with
You
art,
guys blow off steam with art? Wow, you mean it's not full of angst and like stress and horror when you work? That's
Oh, hey, it's Gaz.
He made it.
Hey!
Hey.
I hate to disrupt all the talking about motorcycles, but holy crap! We did it, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, go ahead. Keep your talking.
no, that's awesome.
Now we had moved on to angst.
Yeah.
Yeah, art angst. Only because apparently I don't know how to have fun with art. But
Oh,
that's
neither do
another
I.
topic for
I'm
another
with
day.
you. Art is not
Yeah.
fun.
Oh,
No.
okay.
Art
Okay,
is a
good.
tedium that sucks up all your free time where you want to be doing fun stuff and you do art instead.
Yeah.
And you're compelled, and you can't just not do it. You have
Correct.
to do
You
it for
feel
something.
bad
And
about
the
yourself
power
if
of
you
art-
don't do the thing you don't like.
Mhm.
Yeah.
True.
I
The
think
power of art compels you.
it's
And then
like
you start
see the
puking
result.
green soup.
Yeah, you see the result and you forget like what a nightmare it is to do, and then you do it again. I think we just have I think all of us have memory problems because we're like, well, that was cool when I worked on that book and got the book, and then you're like in the process of making the book, and you're like, what the hell am I doing?
I look at pages I did from previous issues of my book with like big backgrounds or stuff, and I'm like, who drew that? I didn't. Now I have to replicate that same background in this. Why would I do? Why would they do that? And to me,
Yeah.
I get so mad it passed me.
For future you, like where I'm at is like future me is like, why did I establish that thread like 70 pages ago and now I have to conclude it? Like, thanks a lot, you complicated jerk. It's like-
Well, I
That's
am
funny.
happy with my writer self because I'm rating at a very low level where it's just like I wrote the whole thing and I don't change it. So good, bad, or indifferent, I don't stress about the writing. I'm more worried about the art, you know.
Yeah.
So
That's funny.
I hate the art so much that I couldn't possibly hate the writing too, you know.
I feel like
See, guys, I got you beat there. I hate both. So
Oh, good for you. See, you're really doing it.
I know. I know. It's not
I
good.
haven't gotten bitter yet, so I'm good.
Oh, you'll get
Because
there.
you're only
Actually,
getting,
not
well, you're
everybody
gonna
gets
get
there.
your late. Yeah, only us people that have got some neuroses.
yeah, I
So.
think I started bitter, honestly. I think like even just starting it, I was like, I think the second I opened the can of worms of comics, I was like, this is really hard and I hate it, but I love it. It's like,
Yeah.
I definitely got tricked
hot
because I got
situation.
seriously into thinking I could do comics in the early 90s when anybody could. When somebody that just
Yeah.
drew pinups and big spiky armor and couldn't draw backgrounds or perspective could make $1 million at Image for that year,
What?
you know. And that was the year I was graduating high school, and I'm like, I got this. And then Image fell apart, and the world came to its senses and was like, no, you have to know how to draw, and no one's making $1 million anymore. And I was like, oh. Okay.
And now Image is like really,
Yeah, at the
really
time.
good. Now Image has got really high quality content. Too.
Right.
So
Yes,
now you can't
yeah.
even go to Image anymore unless you're like kick ass mofo.
Yeah.
yeah.
I had like $2,000
That's okay.
at the start.
We don't need them.
I don't know if that's true.
By ourselves.
You guys, you don't need no stinking Image because you guys are indie creator gods and you just crowdfunded a second book, man. Yes.
Yeah.
So
Oh, man.
I do enjoy
right.
this kind of book where you do 4 pages and then there's a gigantic book. Like that
Yeah.
level of work pays off really well.
All this
I agree.
book.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
much book.
Like
That's
when
a
they say
Oh,
when they
look
say
at
you should
that.
do a book a year, I could do this book a year.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Yeah, especially
Mine
when
is-
Mike's
Mike's
doing
like,
all the
no.
legwork. Yeah, you do.
Corey,
Mike is already
Edit it, dude.
Hey,
Mike's
Corey, I
already
think
seeing
you're,
the future.
your screen is all jacked up. It looks like you're screen sharing, but you've got like window and window and like a bunch of other
Yeah,
stuff. going on.
I'm live on my channel too, and so
Oh, okay.
on Mike's
This is
channel.
literally what I see whenever we do the 48-hour art check. I'm looking at like 50 images, and, like a small thumbnail of Corey, and trying to kind of engage with that tiny thumbnail.
Yeah, if anybody wants to know what the 48-hour art check actually looks like, this is it. It's just a nightmare collage of 15 windows open.
The
But
kimono.
apparently, Gaz, you've solved the problem that I need to solve, which is Discord.
Yeah, Airzuki, my tech advisor, helped me out with that one. I could off camera, I could give you some pointers, but yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Just make
awesome.
sure when you write
So-
the ebook, Mike and Corey, that you credit Gaz and his tech guy in the credit section of this information he's about to share with you.
We'll all go to
You guys should call it the
Kickstarter
10
together.
steps to, or the 5 steps, something like that.
I gotta go get my magnifying glass to see Corey.
Right.
Funny.
Yeah, I'm just imagine a pasty white guy that smiles. That's it.
You're right.
That's half the people on this panel right now.
Right. Yeah. Except I live in Idaho, so I have the right to be pasty.
Yeah.
Imagine a potato.
That's what I'm not looking forward to tomorrow. It's called No Pants Fest, so we aren't allowed to wear pants, and I never not wear pants, so I have like my legs are gonna blind people. It's so bad.
Get some spray bronzer and put it on really quick before you leave the
Are
house.
you allowed to
I also
please,
an orange musician?
Josh, go to Hot Topic, buy the loudest pair of leggings that you can.
I
Gotta-
am
go to
in
the-
Yeah.
like short camo shorts, but like I was like this close to just being like, screw it, I'm wearing a dress, because I have done. I did that in my youth. We used to play like there was like a local battle of the bands, and it was like at that time when, do you guys remember that era of like new metal and Fred Durst and all that nonsense?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And so like
Forgot about it until
there were all
now.
these like, new metal guys, and like they were all like macho and stuff, and we got on the stage like all wearing dresses, and my bandmate had like written in glitter like Pixie on his shirt, just to like, not the Pixies, but Pixie, just to like mess with the people there, and they got furious. It was hilarious.
That's hilarious.
That was, like, pretty amazing that like clothes could make people so angry.
I went to
Wait, real quick, in
Goldfinger.
Guys, we're ignoring chat. Victor Rodriguez has said a few things, but most recently he said, who won the competition on selecting next year's theme? He wants to know.
Ooh, we don't have our tech guy right now, but as it stood before, it was Scotto Green. So
Yeah.
unless Corey pulled ahead in the last day or so.
I was 16 behind. I don't know if I could make it up, because he wrote a song and sung it live on Instagram.
No way.
I don't think I could top that.
Dude.
Oh man.
Well, there was sort of unofficially he's won, but wasn't there also some secondary factors? Like in addition to just the raw data, there was like other stuff that was going to be factored in somehow. I thought
like actual sales were going to factor in, but I don't know.
Yeah, we had no way.
How you can't but we can't count that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no way to actually tell.
I witness you, Victor. Well, yeah. So unofficially, it's Scott O. Green, but that could potentially change. Unofficially,
but he's got.
I think Gaz is looking for a loophole to make it happen.
Oh no, I was in the middle. There's no way it was going to be me. I'm just leaving wiggle room in case we're wrong. I don't want things to.
I'm right there with Gaz. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I didn't. I think I'm like pretty low on that list myself, so don't worry.
I'm pretty.
It's okay.
low.
I am like second to last.
Yeah.
I think I was second to last because I suck. So.
No.
I just want everybody
Yeah,
to
that's
know
why.
that I
Yep,
fought
exactly.
the urge to game the system. So
Did you?
I didn't game the system
Well, that's good.
because I was
Okay,
thinking.
well-
I was thinking
totally did.
as Scott pulled ahead. I thought I could probably write a bot program to just click that link and change the
Naughty.
IP address.
That's not gaming the
Over
system.
and
That's just straight up cheating.
Naughty.
I know that's what I'm saying.
Naughty.
And I didn't do that. Right?
Diabolical.
All of my clicks are legit. So I was just.
Here's a logistic thing I wondered. And I'll bring it up now that we're all done because I didn't want to muddy the waters in the middle of it. But the way it was set up is that we would go. The link would take you to the 100s page, and then there was a Kickstarter button.
Yeah.
Right.
I wonder if that extra click in between may have cost us some sales or
Yeah,
views.
I agree.
That's been my concern all
Not
time.
according to Robert.
Not according to
asked
Robert.
Yeah.
Okay.
Robert. And he said no.
Yeah, but
Well,
I
the other
think
thing is like the only other thing is that if there was cookies that were tracking over, if people had visited different links and then they actually purchased, I mean, but I guess it wouldn't really matter, but there could have been some cookie stuff if people didn't clear caches and stuff too.
Giving different
Maybe.
artists
I don't
credit
know.
for their view or whatever. That might be
Yeah,
true.
maybe,
My
but I
concern,
don't think.
my concern is less with who got credit for what, like, because that's just like a fun thing. It's not, I don't really care.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't
I'm
matter.
more
No.
concerned if it's possible we lost sales because somebody said, "Let me click this." Oh, another click,
Oh.
and I mean, Robert said we didn't, but how would you know? Does that mean that nobody went to the landing page that didn't then
But they'd be
continue the Kickstarter?
pretty uninterested or pretty not committed people, right? Like
that's people.
Because check this out. If I'm like, oh cool, this is cool, I'm gonna go check this out, and then I see like, oh, they've got an Instagram, I'm gonna go check that out. All of a sudden, that's a bounce.
Yeah, you might have forgot. And people have short attention spans, and you never know. I'm not saying it was a problem, and like I said, it wasn't worth bringing up earlier, but it is something I thought about because every time I put the link up, I wanted to get credit for my name, my individual link, but I many times thought maybe I'll just put up the Kickstarter without that just to get people directly there, but I didn't. But I always said
personally, I only posted the Kickstarter link. Somehow people were going to my link though. I got 27 people just added Mike at the end of it. Oh no, I did post it in the chat a couple times, but I was just messing with you.
So this is Mike's way of subtly letting you know that when it's powered up, he's in a contest.
That's right.
This is like Christmas in 1985. Whenever somebody wouldn't write down the name of who was giving the gift, my dad would take credit. So any blank presents were always from my dad.
But only in 1985, like that 1 year specifically.
That was when it started. It continues today. I'm just saying that any link that we can't identify, I think, is tagged as Mike's. Is that
really
what
in
you're
my
saying?
house? That's Santa Claus. Yeah. Santa Claus brings us unidentified packages.
But I
don't know. Apparently, you guys are all naughty.
I think
your dad is doing it.
I think that little game probably motivated more. Like I think it was a good motivator for people to post it and share.
Agreed.
So like I would think that the cost of the extra click was probably worth the return of having people kind of just for fun like participate.
Well, Kickstarter generates unique links.
Right. Yeah, we had the option of doing that. That was the original idea, but because of the website, Robert felt that, and it actually worked. His idea worked. He felt that by driving the traffic to the website, we could kind of secure our status, I guess, in the SEO of Google. So now, if you search
he's right in the sense for the growth,
website comes up first. So
well, that's what he's right for the growth of the website overall for the future, as opposed to the Kickstarter in the short term. Right. Because we do want all 100s traffic to start going there.
Yeah, so there was a little bit of a trade-off there, and it allowed us to still track everything, but not necessarily through the Kickstarter. But yeah, I thought about that too, because Kickstarter allows you to create like referral links, I think they're called, and so we did a couple of those for like some of the ads, but I don't think we even used any of those for the ads either. I think we generated some custom links for that too.
So is this like the brief pause of relief before the whole sending out?
Oh, yeah, it's about to get crazy. My whole life is different now, and scheduling is crazy, so that's going to be fun to juggle all that.
Just wait for the
sequel. Get it done.
Are you guys unpacked?
We're slowly getting unpacked. It's a different space. It's a whole different space, so we got a lot to kind of acclimate to. We definitely need more furniture than we had before. Like a lot of people have like a hutch or something in their dining room that stores plates.
Other people have a Starsky.
Well, yeah, we have the hutch now. We're looking into the Starsky. Haven't been able to find one at a good price, but
they're really cool.
It is a small town, so hopefully it won't happen soon. But yeah, it's I'm still pretty much, I mean, you could kind of see what I'm working with here. I painted all my furniture and stuff, but it's still all in boxes for the most part. But I got my desk set up now, so that's pretty fun.
That furniture thing though is a really unthought about issue, because like when we first moved here, we like my wife and I always did like tiny apartments, like little tiny apartments, and then like we pretty much put our stuff in, and we're like, oh, this feels like one room. Like, it doesn't, that's always a weird transition where you're like, oh, I got a couple rooms now.
Well, the weirdest part for us is like we have an extra room now. We got like technically like two, because we have a dining room now and my office space. But we have so much shit that was apparently in closets we didn't know that we had. So we have all these bins, and I don't know where to put these bins. So like I need furniture, because I'd rather just like fill the furniture than like have stacks of bins.
Yeah,
that's our problem right now.
Yeah,
but
it's a good problem to have.
It is. It's. I mean,
So what are you saying, Mike? You need to sell some art prints. So people go buy Mark's art prints so he can buy some hutch. He needs to buy a hutch.
Yeah. Well, actually, we've been getting some good deals on furniture. I bought a whole like dining room cabinet thing for like $20.
What? Where'd you find that?
It was like called Schmucks or Schmecks or something.
I don't think it was called Schmucks. Yo, get them all.
Come on down to Schmucks.
Yo, Ox.
Naughty. That's mean. That store does not appreciate that kind of advertising.
I'll have to look up their actual name. But yeah, you can buy prints though. That's always a good thing.
See, there you go.
You have a great time at work, Jan.
Get their name right, and then you might get a sponsorship from them. Never know.
Jan, was he in the chat?
Yeah, him and Ox.
What?
And Airs
channel are
Dupy
they on?
and Improved AI and Victor.
Is that on Mike's channel or Corey's channel?
Mike's. I'm looking.
Yeah. I've been terrible with the chat. I apologize. I'm very tired. My schedule is now Mel's schedule because I got to drive her to and from work, and she's
that's why I'm here, because I'm every week now I'm having to deal with chat, so I'm very used to it.
Awesome.
Schmucks. so now is the time to start talking about the next anthology, right? I mean, we're gonna get going immediately. Well, I'm kidding, but I do bring it up because the idea that there's the contest that whoever wins, which is most likely Scott, gets to choose and gets to be in it, which implies that there will be one, although that hadn't really officially been announced, decided publicly at all.
I think we hinted at it.
Yeah, but I mean, considering we just talked about it earlier on this stream, do you want to address that any further or just leave it hang?
If I win, I just want everybody to know that all the comics will have to be horses driving cars.
Interesting.
I like it.
Okay.
I like it too. That's a great idea.
Challenge
From
accepted.
multiple perspectives.
I'd like to draw that.
Wow.
Please
no. Do you know how hard it was to draw a unicorn? Like, I am so over drawing anything in the equine type. Please no.
I love the idea that if you just threw in crowds.
And then cars are the worst. Oh my god.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. I want horse-drawn cars driving through crowd scenes. That's the only thing. And fully rendered backgrounds.
Yeah.
Hey, Ronnie. Hey, Abe. Airzuki says, can the next theme
Corey,
be Peter's cat? I'm into that.
Peter's cat.
Sure.
Or Peter's Griffins.
Well, that might bring in Family Guy stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna step out for a bit. I might jump back in if you guys are still on.
Cool. I don't know how much I'm be on actually, because I gotta get going to bed soon. But.
Yeah, I'm gonna step out too.
My dogs need to go out, but.
All right.
Hey, let's keep the chats going, people. Have everybody keep in touch. This has been good synergy. And Peter can't be the only one having streams because he's got a shit ton of work to get done, right, Peter?
That's right.
Oh, so you're
those
volunteering? Everybody, next week, Karen's going to have a stream going for all of us.
I would, but I don't have any freaking viewers. Nobody's going to watch it. So, you have to go on somebody's channel with a lot more people than mine. I only have like 100 viewers.
Everybody knows
together. Everybody bring a side dish. Cookout.
Yeah, so because we got to celebrate the end of Joshua's Kickstarter book that's going to happen. We need to celebrate that, and We have to watch Josh's band, and I'm sure all of you guys have fun things. And we should keep this.
Are you gonna, Josh? Are you live streaming a show? Did I miss that? Or
it's not a bad idea.
I told him he wants to because I want.
Yeah, do the one where you're wearing shorts with your white legs.
Yeah, that's true. It'll probably be live streamed and just be a blinding white.
Can you get a GoPro, Josh? Can you get a GoPro on your head while you're playing?
Yeah. But I'll try to kind of live stream. If not live stream, I'll definitely at least record it and put it up. So
you should get
leggings because I want to check
like
it out.
A print of tan legs.
Yeah, I think
hairy tan legs.
Oh, get some of that like Ron Popeil spray on hair for bald spots and just put it all over your legs.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Yeah. The sad thing though is like that's the thing is there's a lot of hair.
Well, so there you go.
Like an obnoxiously hairy person. So yeah. So it's not pretty because it's just like white with little spots of just crazy hair.
Well, just wear some pantyhose.
People leave.
Just some fishnets.
The image I've got is ridiculous. Weird that I want to draw Josh's leg.
Okay, so wait, while we still have people here, before we start dropping off, what is everybody's next project now that the Kickstarter Insanity? What are we all working on next that we can look forward to and keep nagging each other about and talking about? I'm just curious. What is everybody's next move?
I guess we'll go down the line. Is Corey still here?
I am still here.
What's your next thing, Corey?
I'm still here.
Like next thing immediately or like long term?
No, in the next.
Available to
I
the
would
public.
imagine that we're not probably going to do the next Kickstarter till the beginning of next year because Mike has got some commitments, and so we probably won't be ramping up until like January again, is what I would guess. But maybe I'm wrong because nobody's talked to me about it. But like, so in the next 6 months ish, what are your general art goals and plans that we can like follow you about?
Yeah, so I'm gonna do a series of animations, maybe an animated short, and finish coloring my children's book, and then shop that around a bit more. And then I've got
cool.
I've got a few maybe short stories in the world that I did for this anthology that I think I could do, kind of in between all that. So. And I may or may not start an illustration animation business.
What? Josh, are you writing all this down? Because you're in charge of the checking up on him. Did you write all that down?
I am. So I expect by the next art check, like on Monday, all of that will be accomplished, right, Corey?
I already committed to what I was doing for Monday. That was before we jumped over. But yeah, no.
All right. Well, don't let him forget these things, Josh.
Yeah. That's what we do though.
All right.
Every other day we get together and talk literally about what our plans are. So
all right.
So if you're not already following Corey and Josh, people, you should be.
48-hour art check.
Right? On the YouTuber.
There's a bunch in chat. Just to acknowledge real quick. Ronnie Gunter saying hi. Victor Rodriguez. The next book should include people with eye patches and tan legs. Abe Sapien says Joshua is the basis of Cocoon. I don't know what that means.
Oh yeah, no, the movie.
Oh,
the movie, the old
where
people,
where they ascend to the higher form. They're just glowing white people.
Okay, well job. I did not catch that. Okay. Good job inspiring that movie with your legs.
They look weird in shorts.
That's funny.
Samurai said I missed Josh launch. No, you did not miss it yet. It's futuristic. Erzuki commenting on my poses. Victor Rodriguez mantyhose. And then Samurai Ox, I believe Corey has an OBS class coming up. Oh, that's true. You do, right?
That's right. That's right.
Fine.
Yep. Gotta
That's
put that on your
trolling
on your
right
YouTube.
there.
Yep. And then Mike will transcribe it for your guys' ebook.
Ah.
I love it.
Did Mike leave us?
No.
Where is he?
His desk is there. He just wanted us to see the desk. Well, whatever.
He needed to go to the next room to just laugh.
Yeah.
He's taking a nap.
Gaz, I think
Yes.
you're next. Corey.
Okay.
So what is your plans, man?
Well, I am continually doing my show on Monday, the Power Ranger show, where I do try to do new art for it every week. I don't always succeed. But the bigger project is, of course, the horror issue, the horror A4 issue 3, which is my independent kaiju comic. I should have had it out by now. I'm doing San Diego Comic-Con in a few weeks, and I really wanted to have issue 3 done. It isn't done. I will be there selling the other issues, but what I will have is an exclusive preview copy. I'm only making 25 copies of it. It's the first 16 pages, just pencils and lettering with a sketch cover, and it actually has the official San Diego exclusive logo. I went through the actual channels, and it's like a real exclusive. So that's my big thing.
Really? That's exciting.
I was
Are you going to have the
excited.
standee? Is the standee going to be there?
I'm going to bring the standee. Absolutely, yeah.
And are you going to make videos of it so we can all like see?
I'm going
afterwards?
to. My intention is to do that, but I've never sold. I'll be at the small press area, and I've never sold there before. I've attended, but not sold, and I don't know how crazy my life is going to be because I'm mostly going to be manning the table myself. So my hope is that I will be way too busy to make videos. But if I'm not,
well, you could just
then
set
I will.
the phone right by you so that you can. Because guys, if you don't make a video, I'm going to cry.
My intention is to make a video. I just don't want to commit to that and disappoint people.
You're already disappointing me.
Well, then I might as well not bother trying.
Circular logic totally schools me. Dang it. Fine.
Oh man. Well,
no. Well, that's all exciting. And then after the con, so it's just going to be horror A4. Horror A4.
Exactly. Just crushing it to finish it as soon as I possibly can.
Okay. All right. Who's next? Mister.
Looks like Chris.
Yes.
Oh, I thought I was at the end of the line.
Sketcherson. No, you're next to
goodness,
get.
turned into a fish. Sorry.
Like on my screen, it's on the other. It's on the end. Okay, so what am I working on? Well, currently I have 2 projects. One where I am writing a comic book miniseries. That one's I haven't really talked about that. And then another one where it's my primary one. It's a book that I'm both writing and illustrating, and that one. Do I pitch the idea here? Because I'm currently writing the script.
Sure.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
do it.
So the okay, in a I need to like plan out my words here. Okay. Set in in an alien world, so it's a sci-fi story. There is a city where everyone is wealthy, right? It's a place advertised as a safe haven for people who want to keep their families safe and and keep their riches, a haven for the rich people. Now, a place like that attracts challengers, as in thieves, people who want to,
Is this your elevator pitch? Because you're taking way too long. You're taking way too long. Yeah. Elevator pitch. Elevator pitch. Come on.
Okay. Elevator pitch.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is his blurb on the back of the.
Exactly that. Yeah.
This is your blurb.
Sell it to me. Sell it to me. I want to give you $1 million to make this, but you got to sell it to me, baby. Sizzle it.
Okay, like two sentences. Okay. Atris is a futuristic sci-fi story set on an alien world, which follows the main character, Atris, who is a professional thrill-seeking thief. But when things start to get too dangerous and too deadly, he must change his ways and become more than just a thief.
Perfect. I think that was 3 sentences, but I'll allow it. That was perfect.
That was good. Yeah.
You got it, man.
Yeah, thank you.
I put the fire to your feet, and you fucking flew. Oh, sorry for cursing.
You sold me on danger.
I appreciate it.
Danger, thrill-seeking thief. You sold me right there. I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Sweet.
So
I'll add more adjectives. Might work more.
Oh my gosh. All right, who's next?
I believe it's Josh.
All right. So I'm going to be wrapping up Quarterly Stories, the graphic novel that I handwrite, hand letter, and hand draw, and hopefully we'll be handing to you soon in print.
Yes.
But until then, it's available serialized online at quarterlystories.com, and it's about faith and mental illness. And I'll have a better pitch worked out by the time I'm done, too.
So what you're saying is it's a comedy.
Mm-hmm. It is.
Yep.
It actually does have a lot of comedy in it.
So it's a dramedy.
Mm-hmm. There's a
That's what it is, a dramedy.
Mixture of drama and comedy.
Like life.
A dramedy.
Yeah, it's like a slice of life story. and it's the first half of like probably what will be like a 2 graphic novel series, and then working that out. Like, so I'm planning on doing a whole series of videos on kind of what you do with a book once you're done, because
cool.
I've just noticed like a lack of kind of like that process, and so I think that'll be informative. And also, like, there's a lot of stuff I did back in the day when I got the Zarek to promote that probably won't work now, and then a lot of it that might work that's kind of more old hat methods and stuff. So I'm gonna figure that out, but for now I'm just worried about getting that done. So, and then I have a gig on Saturday that I can tell people about, and then one that's like a rented out bar, and it's like 50 people we know, but nobody else knows, so you guys aren't invited on Sunday. But on Saturday, anybody in the California area is invited to The Trap, this terrible dive bar, and it's exactly what it sounds like.
I want to hear.
And there's 17 bands playing all day at No Pants Fest. If you're wearing pants when you show up, you will actually not get in the door.
Could you show up and then take your pants off and just walk in underwear?
For sure. I think that actually has occurred when they've done this festival before. So I do think there are occasionally people without any pants.
Nice.
So yeah, but it's a lot of punk rock and just rock and roll all day, and I'm going to be having a very hard time recovering on Sunday. So it'll be fun. Yeah, a lot of drinking too. So join us. Antelope Valley starts at 2 p.m. and that's basically it. Yeah.
Sounds awesome.
We've got Jenny in the chat.
Yeah, we've been joined by Jenny, who may or may not have pants.
How you doing, guys? I'm logged in. I signed in through my Facebook. I thought it would have my name, but I guess it's the computer. So, yeah.
So Jenny, tell us about your story in the Anthology. No.
Guys, who's Jenny? Why does she look like Scott? What's happening? Am I wearing pants? Where did my cookies go?
Yeah, I didn't know you guys were going to do this, and I was actually, we were watching TV on one of my girlfriends, and then I like totally fell asleep on the couch, and like I'm half asleep now, and then I was just going to go on and just like watch you guys, and I'm like everyone's in there. I kind of got to hop on now. So, and it took me forever to figure out how to work this computer and everything. So I might not have much to say, but I'm here.
Awesome.
Welcome.
All right. Well, you can wrap up this little wrap up that we're doing as far as everybody's plans. So, because I think who's next after Josh?
I think it's Scott because he was technically before Josh.
What? All right.
Yeah.
Well, so Scott, did you hear what we're doing here? We're talking about not going to lose our momentum, even though the Kickstarter's over. We're all still creating awesome things in the next 6 months before the next anthology may or may not start up.
I like how you're giving a
deadline
deadline of 6 months for something that we haven't even discussed starting.
Exactly. That's why I said it may or may not. That's why I say it may or may not.
The fact of a number attached at all is staggering to me.
Well, because I feel like we started this one in January, and so it gives us a lot of time before we have to start another one, and people are going to want another one. But it could be a year from now. It could be 12 months. It could be 12 months. And I don't know.
Tomorrow that you guys finish all of these projects.
No, because Mike has to get some shit done. So
don't call him Mark.
It's a great way to spend the new year, by the way.
I get called Mark a lot in my family.
Oh, odd. Squatchy Inc. in chat tested the winner get announced. Squatchy unofficially at Scott O'Green. Has not been 100% officiated, but that's 99% who it is.
I was just going
to leading horse in the race. Yeah, so we're talking about so that if in the next 6 months to a year or never that we do the next anthology, that we do not lose this awesome synergy that we all have going as a creative group, and so we can keep track of everybody and keep encouraging everybody like we have been doing. What are you going to be doing in the next 6 months now that the Kickstarter's wrapped up for our successful anthology?
And it has to be related to 100 Days Making Comics?
No, personal project.
What are you personally going to be doing? that you
Okay,
can
well,
share with, like, what do you personally want to do in the next 6 months with your creative life?
Yeah, so one of the main things I want to do is I probably won't start back on my comic right away. I'm gonna take a little hiatus. Well, maybe not
Is that
much.
up for sale? Is that up for
What's
sale yet, by the way?
issue 4? Yeah, issue 4, the new one that I kickstarted is I just put it on my website. So
Okay, good,
yeah,
good.
it's available both in digital and physical format.
Excellent. Okay.
Oh, Scott, before you continue, like as I'm working on my comic too, if I want some like free access, where would I get those? I'm just curious.
Well, if you want some help or some tools making your comics, you can go to circwix.com and pick up the Comic Maker Starter Kit, and it's loaded with fonts and brushes and templates and word balloons and all kinds of stuff.
I forgot to download that when I got that when I signed up for it. I forgot. I'll make a note.
After you
I
used
forgot
it
to
on
download
mine.
that stuff.
It can help you make
Did you?
comics
Really?
like these lovely ones that Mr. Strickland has made. Look at this, The Young and the Dead, no zombies allowed. It's sort of an 80s coming of age monster squad meets Goonies with a little bit of Stranger Things mixed in. Pick it up, why don't you? All 4. And then you get some bonuses like a mad scientist would. They're creating bad things. I forget the rest of the pitch.
I gotta have you do my pitch for me. No, so yeah, so what I'm planning on doing as far as on the comics front, I want to start doing basically a course, like a free, just basically on my YouTube channel, just making comics kind of from start to finish, everything from coming up with the ideas all the way to the final printing and everything in between. And it'll be broken up. Each episode will be something like the first episode will be ideas, then whatever thumbnails, and then pencil, inks, every single one. So that's kind of what I plan to do. And while I'm doing that, hopefully I will like on the writing one, maybe I'll start thinking of scripting and everything for the new issue, which I actually am going to be writing both the 2 final issues, I think. And based on how far I get, I'll decide whether it's going to be like, if it's 2 issues long, it'll be 2 issues. If it's less than that, then maybe it'll be like a larger issue. I don't know. But anyway, so that's the main thing. And the other thing, talking about the Comic Maker Starter Kit, I really want to get back into doing. I've been just doing a lot of freelance stuff, which is good because it pays the bills. But I want some time to get back into doing digital products while Gaz is undressing.
It's hot in here.
I heard something about no pants or something when I first got on.
All right, fine.
All right.
This is what you all want. Now you get underwear, guys.
Oh my gosh, you did.
That's funny because I almost, I was in bed and I was not wearing my pants and then
You put your pants on for us? That's so nice.
I did, and a shirt. And I put the shirt on, and my girlfriend's like, "You don't have to put your pants on. No one's going to see that." And what if the camera accidentally pans down? So anyway, but
you were prepared.
Yeah. So, but the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do a pro version of the Comic Maker Starter Kit. It's already probably about at least halfway done, if not 2/3 of the way done, and it's going to be a lot bigger than that. So that one I will actually sell. And then I'm going to start doing other things. I've got some ideas for just some comic font packs and different things like that. So I really, especially, I don't know if you guys managed to catch the Artcasters yesterday on Josh's channel, but we had Will from Unmasked Art, and he's doing really well with like courses and things like that. So I kind of want to do the same thing, but with my digital products and see if I can kind of, take that route. But yeah, that's what I'm planning on doing. So yeah.
Pretty awesome.
Okay.
Nice.
Excellent.
Are you next? I think you're next.
I believe Karen's next.
Yeah. What do you do, man?
I'm on the end.
Well,
no, you're in the middle.
That's what I said. You're in the middle.
That's because I am the superstar. I'm planning on what do I have to do? So I have to finish up some client work and because I'm doing some more books for people, and then I'm doing like the illustrations and the laying out of the book for publishing and all this stuff and editing. And then for my personal stuff, I have to finish up this middle grade script for a middle. It's not middle grade. I always say that. It's a kid's graphic novel that I want to finish and pitch, and I just have the last 2 chapters to write, but I have been not doing it. And then I also have to work on my sci-fi comic that is going to be not safe for work, so it's going to be on my Patreon only.
Oh.
And then I am going to I'm putting together a cookbook for my grandmother, and I have a bunch of other projects that are not comic or art related. They're like novels and stuff.
I have 2
And
questions.
Yeah.
Number 1, who are you pitching the graphic novel to? Or I mean, do you have anybody in mind to pitch to?
Yeah, I have some. I'm going to send it to the big publishers, not
Like Random
like
House,
big children's
that
book
kind of
publishers.
stuff. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And number
and then
2,
it'll surely get rejected, and then I will consider doing it myself.
That's
the way to do it.
Sorry.
Huh?
Are you seeking reps in that process, like to hit those bigger publishers?
I do not at this point want no, I'm going to try to do it with the self-representation at this point.
Okay.
And I have some I'm just going to that can be a conversation for later for a private conversation, because I have some stuff, but
it could also
I'm
be a
not
good
looking
topic for a show of why you would or would not want representation.
Yeah, that would be a good show. And I have reasons. But no, I'm just going to cold. I'm really into self-publishing, quite honestly. And the only reason I wouldn't do children's books right away, self-published, is because the market really still isn't there yet. So anything adult related or even YA, I would self-publish and not even bother with traditional publishing anymore. But anything children's related, I would still try to go the traditional route. And yes, it would be easier if I got an agent, but okay, so as an artist, so if I was just a writer, it's a little, as for children's books, like especially picture books, it's harder to get an agent unless you have multiple projects to submit at once, because the return on their money isn't very much. But for a novel, they'll take you because they get a bigger cut, because it's bigger, usually gives out more money. So where was I going with this? Since I don't have a huge backlog of things that I could present to an agent as, hey, look at me, and you could make money off of me if we sold all this stuff. I just want to just like, I'll just cold submit, and this slush piles still get read and stuff. And a lot of the places now are very automated, where they have like actual like websites, like forms that you fill out. It's really great, actually. And I have lots of opinions about agents. So yeah, if you guys ever want to talk to me, because most of my experience is in research on the publishing and novel side, and self-publishing and traditional publishing. And I could talk all day about that, but not here. So
I did have a second question, which is you have some not safe for work comics and some all ages / kids work that you're working on. Do you use a pseudonym or different names for the different types of work?
Yes, I will. So like anything that's safe for work will go under Karen Lewis. And then anything that is adult related, like for the novels and the comics, will go under. What are you doing over there?
Everybody's playing with toys, and it's amusing Mike more than anybody else.
I don't have any toys here. I'm not at my house.
I mean, we're all enjoying it, but I think he's sleep deprived because he's.
Okay, so short answer, apparently I can't compete with the toys, and Mike is, yes, I will. He's having pen names and different websites. And yes, that's why the Not Safe for Work comic is going on Patreon, because it's behind a paywall where kids can't see it.
But I missed which you're using Karen for your which version of your work.
Karen Lewis for the all ages comic, the all ages comics, all ages middle grade writing, children's book writing, and stuff like that. And then KL Bonfiglio for my smutty smut that I like to read.
smut.
Smutty. No, I like to read all genres of adult romance. Let's just put it that way. And I'm not talking erotica. I like it all. I just love, so anything that's more adult themed will have its go under the nom de, because I don't really care. I'm not making it so different that people couldn't track me down. But
Right.
yes,
You don't want
in children's publishing, you do kind of want it separated for marketing purposes, especially if you're going with like a publisher. If I was just me, I wouldn't care. I don't care. I am who I am, and you know, whatever. But publishers do kind of care about that, and some job people care about that. So. And when I talk about smutty smut stuff, I'm talking about like, you know, barely rated R, because I'm not really that risque. So, but anyway, that's that.
Awesome. That is really
That's
awesome. Well, we should actually have you on like Artcasters or something and talk about like publishing options and stuff, because that's definitely interesting. You know?
Agreed. I would watch that.
Yes, because I know of many things of which I do not do. Plumb the depths of my laziness. Do it. Plummet. Plummet to the depths. Don't plummet to the depths of my laziness, people. No. Anyway. Okay, so who's next?
It's like Maddie E.
Yeah, Matthew.
Okay. Well, currently I'm finishing up the episode 3 of the Cheesy Film Fridays. And
Nice.
the person in the episode 3 just recently joined this group, and it features a zombie movie.
Really?
And a mad scientist.
Really?
If you can't figure out who it is by now.
See Jenny's smiling there.
Yeah, that was super fun to do. So yeah, I'm looking forward to watching it.
So you're saying you had Jenny on?
Yeah.
Jenny, the well-known mad scientist of GenWorks.
Well, this one was fun because we had, you know, the alien who wants the world domination and team up with the mad scientist, and the zombie movie. So this one was just a lot of fun, and I put a little surprise in there at the end. It's not a freeze ray, but it's something else.
I'm looking forward to that.
It's not a freeze ray.
Will there be other robots, aliens, and other imminent threats to humanity there, or
we were very close to having a robot in it, but to get in that costume, it takes 2 people, and I did not have anybody to help me with that. So.
Oh,
save it for the next one.
But
that's awesome.
This one will actually have an animation at the very beginning, so it does have an intro now. So
cool.
So are you trying to make? Is this series that you're doing now? Is this something you're really going to start sinking your energy into, or is it just a fun thing that you're doing right now, or?
It's just a fun thing I'm doing on the side right now. I've got back issues, so I'm limited on where I can sit sometimes. So I'm sitting in this chair when I do this, and when I'm in I'm on the other side of the room in the other chair. But other than that, I'm planning on doing KokomoCon in October, and I'm hoping to do CryptidCon in September, but that'll all depend on if I have to have back surgery or not. I'll be finding that out right here in the next month. But, and I'm working on prints right now for those conventions.
All right, well, keep sharing them with us and stuff so we can see them and
totally
get people. Yeah, like there must be more sharing of the group. So prints and possible back surgery, con prep, and cool, fun videos. That's what you're. Sounds great.
The one with Scott will be up tomorrow. Well, today. So just hours from now. So.
What is that? Is this what you guys were laughing at that I didn't see?
Not just that. We've all been showing various desk toys.
Oh my god. Fine. I'm going to show one too.
Well, apparently, no Pants Gaz out of control. Samurai Axe's scandal. Ronnie Gunther says, going way back, it's a great comic starter kit, even for interactive comic apps. And I am the official pitchman. I am ShamWow Gaz.
We've got like 5 desk toys here, but then like I got no camera, so
Draw a picture of it real quick.
Mhm.
Oh, look, it's an Andorian. How adorable of an Andorian that is.
Yes.
They come from a cold planet, but they're hot-blooded. They're the opposite of Vulcans, which come from a hot planet but are very calm.
And an Eeyore. I saw
Yeah,
an
that's,
Eeyore.
that's,
I
all
got
I could,
him.
that's all I could find. So, yeah.
Star Trek Alien Bean. This is a limited edition Alien Bean. Really? I didn't know that. I don't think I've ever looked at this before.
What series is that from?
I thought it was a Smurf.
No, series 1, collect all 6. I got this in when in Vegas when on my honeymoon we went to there was the Star Trek
Experience
experience in Vegas when on my honeymoon.
Oh, that's funny. My wife and I got engaged at the Star Trek Experience like a day before it closed.
Really? Look,
Yeah,
see?
I proposed to her on the promenade of Deep Space Nine.
Look, the Star Trek Experience. I even apparently have the sticker in here.
Nice.
I didn't even know that.
Wow.
Yes, it is number 9,459 of 50,000.
Wow, that's so limited.
Yeah, right? But he's so cute. Look at him. Look at him. You must love him. Love him. All right.
I mean, Shran is one of my favorite characters from Star Trek. So.
Oh, so here, I'll show you this too. So see, this is about ready to go live into the world. This is a book that I did the cover. It did the illustrations, laid it out, edited.
Cool.
See? That's
Well
going
job.
into the world.
Nice.
Reagan is ready to go
She
into
is
the
ready.
world.
It's a really cute book, you guys. If you, I will promote it later, but not now. Okay, I'm turning off my camera now.
Okay, goodbye.
Bye. All right, who's next?
Pepper. What do you got going on into
No, wait, you skipped yourself there.
I did?
Michael.
No,
Yeah.
he's on the end. Well, for us,
Do we have
yeah,
different-
you're in the middle.
It's true.
All right, fine, I'll go. So let's
pouting
see.
throughout it.
Not a whole lot I could really talk about except for this. I'm going to be doing my damnedest to get this out as soon as possible. This is Sisyphine Complex. This is my sci-fi noir comic.
Are you going to kickstart it, Mike?
Like I said, I'm not going to say too much yet. I got some kind of plans that I want to try for it. Considering going the publishing route, but we'll see. Most important thing is to get it done, and then we'll go from there. But yeah, just I love this story a lot. All that I could say about it right now is on the surface, what I want people to get from it is there's going to be a lot of sex, a lot of violence, and a lot of cool, badass chick with guns kind of stuff. But if you know anything about me and like my writing, I like turning things on their head. So that's not entirely what it's about. That's just the impression you want to have going into it. And then as you read, you will discover that there's a lot more to it. It has a lot to do with identity, perception, things of that nature. Really cool story. Very proud of what I've got going on with it so far. But yeah, it's going to take a minute because life is different now. So I got to adapt to this new place and new routines, new schedules, all that kind of stuff.
Do you have another project you're working on as well, or can you not talk about that? Or
and I can't say much about it, but it's going to start in the fall. It's actually my first paid comic gig. I'm very excited about that too. It's going to be a 32-page story, sci-fi themed. Can't say anything more yet though, but I will as soon as I get started. Hopefully, be able to start sharing some stuff for that too. And that'll be the first thing that I've done with somebody else, like actually working with another person on my own thing. In terms of comics, I've done a lot of
He's secretly working on Guardians of the Galaxy.
The movie.
Nothing like that. I just don't. I haven't discussed like where my boundaries are yet on this.
Sure.
And it doesn't
Yeah.
start until the fall, so I don't want to say anything.
Yeah, you don't.
But they're a person that's kind of been in some similar circles to things that we've done recently. That's all that I can say. But yeah, so that's exciting. I'm trying to, like I said, get Sisyphine Complex kicked off and started. Start on that comic, and thus will end my 5-year plan. I will have succeeded at what I set out to do, which is to get paid comic work. So
Wow.
it also starts the beginning of my next 5-year plan, which is kind of a secret. I'm going to keep that all under wraps. But this last couple of years, I've got some new ideas and new directions that I want to take this whole comics thing for myself. So
you're not going to turn into a werewolf, right? Because I really want you to tell me if that's
You'll be jealous. Guys will be so jealous.
I'm working on the unicorn angle of it.
Okay, that's fine. But I swear to God, if you become a werewolf and don't tell me how, that's it. I'm going to take everything down. The world is going to burn.
First person that I would tell.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
That's exactly what a werewolf would say.
But it's still going to be art and comics, right, Mike? You're not
yeah, absolutely.
Your next 5 years involves art and comics, right?
Was
You're not like
first 5 years. Now it's time to think about the next 5 years.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Gotta
cool.
No, I guess to give you a clue, my next thought is longevity.
Yeah.
Keep it going for the next 5 years. Realistically, that's
so
kind
a sustainability plan.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
So. Shoot, who needs that? Come on. What's the fun in that? All right, who's next?
Now it's Pepper. Now that you forced me to steal the spotlight from it.
I think we all have different displays.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, whoever's in the order is different.
I'm actually at the very end on mine.
Yeah.
But I mean, Mike was in the same place where he was saying I was. So I mean, I kind of. Anyways, so I am leaving my day job on Saturday, so it's gonna be new territory for me again.
Cool.
I'm in the middle of Kaijun, so this is the first.
Nice.
Yeah, those have been pretty sweet, by the way. I've been watching on Instagram. They're all really awesome.
I have 10 left to do, so I just sketch them out same day and then do them all at that time.
Awesome.
Then I have a YouTube video I have to produce for the creator-owned content because I said I was going to do it for Peter. It is basically me making a watercolor for a single watercolor comic and then doing a page on how to do that. So it'd be like basically me taking hold on, let me get it.
You don't want to cross Peter's griffin.
Yeah, I know. So this is my Muller. This will be featured in the film. This basically will help me create the watercolor paint that I will be making live, like in the video for this.
You're gonna grind pigment yourself? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
What are you doing with that?
Old school.
Okay.
Yeah. So I already picked out the pigments, and I'll reveal it in the video so that like you guys can see that there. And then I have 2 other videos I have to make. One is for a process for when I went out to San Francisco, I went to a Case for Making, which is a watercolor company that does their own watercolor paper as well. But I picked up watercolor paints, not their paper. And then in Colorado, there's the Ruby Mountain Paint Company who sent me some samples, and I'm going to do another video specifically for them. And outside of that, I have a couple of commission works I need to get done. I need to finish my Some Baby Zine Volume 2 and get that out. And then I also need to finish Campfire Stories of Lake Kiki Poppy and finish Clover Patch's watercoloring within the next 6 months.
Not too much then.
Right.
Yeah.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Oh, you forgot. You're also starting on your story for the third anthology too, right?
Yeah. I mean, if you guys want me back, I will gladly come back. I have no problem with that. And I will start work on it like the moment you tell me that I'm in it. I'll start working on it right then.
Well, I guess you're gonna have to ask Gaz because right now we're at least a year out and we don't know I don't know. So it's gonna have to involve a horse-drawn horse or something. I don't know.
To be clear, it's not up to me. I just know that the people who it is up to haven't decided or announced anything.
Yes, the Council of Elders.
Yeah.
And the ritual gods. Yes, there have been no supplications made to the ritual gods, and
No supplications.
So just whoever gets the 20 slipped to them, that's when it starts, right?
20. What do you mean? It's the 100 days of making
There you
comics.
go. Come on.
Hey, I'm not saying how many 20s.
Okay.
Come. Like once a week, you know, for 5 days.
It's a payment a bribery payment plan.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right,
If
I'm
the
done.
people are still interested in another anthology, the group will let us know. And then plans will be made accordingly, because it is, after all, a group project. Correct?
Yes.
Correct.
It's true.
Correct. All right, who's next?
Peter, Mr. Palmiotti.
Yeah.
I'm next. Well, first of all, tomorrow I'm going to wake up, and it will be the first time in over a month and a half that I'm not crowdfunding.
Wow.
But Peter, are you going to have a
'Cause
butter sandwich for breakfast?
I did the.
That's what I want to know.
I'm going to have a butter sandwich.
Yeah.
I did the crowdfunding for the tablet. I finally got the tablet. I did crowdfunding for Retro, and now this that I thought I would have nothing to do with, but I was pretty active. So that would be nice. But yeah, I mean, I got a lot going on. Actually, these past 2 months have been very positive with my career, and not only the projects I'm working on for myself, but projects that I've been approached by others to work on. So I'm penciling and inking a story for some other guys' anthology. It'll be a superhero anthology. And yeah, it's like a lot of stuff hasn't been talked about publicly. So what I have going on is, getting the issue of Retro done. With the tablet, I said I would do a mini comic, and that will be Retro, his name, the origin of where his name came from. So I'll be doing that for anybody who pledged to the GoFundMe. I have Arena next. Arena was originally just going to be a one-shot that I finally publish. But that's going to be a series, and I'll talk more about that when I get around to putting that out. There is Blood Rights, which is sort of a vampire demon kind of book that will be an ongoing series. I'll be publishing that. And yeah, right now I'm like sort of plotting out, developing characters, doing character designs for the 3 follow-up characters following Retro. So that would be building on my MetaHuman universe. And yeah, I mean, I've created enough work for myself for over a year, and it's really freaking exciting. It's just balancing and trying to really knuckle down on a solid schedule. Today I was feeling like crap, but hopefully I'll be better tomorrow. What's that?
That's actually, I was just going to ask you, Peter. You got all this stuff coming up, which is all awesome and exciting. But I imagine that the Retro is the thing you have to finish first, because if I remember right, you said estimated delivery was like August. Is that right?
August. Yeah.
So is that the thing that like
definitely
on top of the pile, basically?
I mean, it's like it's going to be 50% Retro and 50% client work, and then another 50% miscellaneous things.
The math doesn't really
yeah,
add
I
up.
think you might have.
That didn't add up right.
I know. I did that on
He's
purpose.
using the percentiles I use. It's all right.
Oh my gosh.
I've got a lot going on, but yes, I mean, I will deliver Retro in August, and a bunch of other stuff.
But Retro's already getting ready to go into yeah. And then we have finally the men who may have won, right? Who may have won
It's been a lot of fun.
the right to the next anthology, which may or may not ever happen. So, you know, be happy with your meaningless win there, pal.
Yeah, that's how I like to hear it.
It's been a lot of fun watching all the different performances are going on down here in the boxes. And Palmiotti's, I don't know what Deadpool was doing to that cat. And then on the other end, spinning around in his underpants with his toys. It just got me thinking, do we sell any of those mythical encounter tiers?
We did not,
I wonder why.
We should have had this hangout first. Then they would have been flying off the shelf.
Right.
Oh.
So like the kind of very next thing up is at a couple different places, including my work. I just kind of threw out flyers and stuff and had said if anybody gets a book, then I'll do you a free commission. And so I've got around 10 of those to knock out for some people.
Wow, that's awesome.
And then,
Thank you for that effort,
Very
man.
generous.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
of course, honestly, it was a lot of fun with the game, and I just kind of looked at that as research to kind of see like the things I do, will it pay off or not? And so it was kind of cool to see some tracking as far as that goes.
Yeah.
But whether that was there or not, I mean, you guys provided us with some amazing tools with a video, with how-to on the cover, with the all the flyers and the trash cans that you sent. So I just kind of, I don't have some of the knowledge that you guys have to be able to like, I'll throw it together a website for you guys real quick. So I just kind of figured I can blabber on at the mouth too much and just go up and talk to anybody. So I just kind of made a point to do that as much as I could. So.
You certainly won the enthusiasm award. I mean,
it was a lot of fun, man. For someone like me to be able to put my art side by side with you folks, it's pretty cool, and it's something where it took me a long time to get to this point in life to kind of go, yeah, this is what I identify as, and this is who I am, and this is what I'm setting my goal towards, because once you sort of say, I'm doing this thing, if you fail, man, that's scary. So
well, I appreciate what you're saying, but if you fail, you just get up and do it again.
Oh, well, at this point I just kind of it's a good feeling, like today especially, like I kind of feel like that's just nonsense from the past, and at this point I make comics and I'm just gonna kind of keep doing that. So
fuck yeah, absolutely.
I'm excited to the commission thing, honestly, too, is like that's just good practice, so I'm excited to do that.
Hell yeah.
And then
Make videos about it.
absolutely.
Make
And
videos
then
about
the
it.
next kind of comic project coming up, I'm excited about. It's going to be my longest form thing so far, which is around like 46 pages or so.
Nice.
But kind of all ages Halloween thing with a monster character guy I've had for a while, and got a buddy from Kansas City who's interested in kind of publishing it through his sort of thing. So we've got some exciting stuff for the future. So
ooh, exciting.
Cool.
So, you guys, are we all going to continue giving the love around? Are we? Because how can you not be excited to hear about all that goodness, all that art goodness, right?
A lot of good.
Right.
This is what we
do. Giving the love around. I don't know. The phrasing just seems.
It's just weird.
Love makes the world go around, Gaz.
I don't know. You're talking about all your smut, and then you want to have a love around. And,
People aren't wearing pants.
I'm not judging. But...
oh my gosh! No, not that kind of love. Besides, I think Mike's is going to be more hardcore than mine is anyway.
Mine?
Yeah, you said you're just going to have actual sex in it, Mike.
Yeah, probably. Maybe.
See?
Not like hardcore or anything.
Just regular.
Like Cinemax.
Skinemax?
So basically butts, breasts, and nothing else.
The 3B. Yeah, nothing. Just a panel.
Wait, what do you mean? Is there something else? What else is the no? Don't answer that. Don't answer that.
Oh my god, you guys!
Yeah, let's keep it PG. I'm a bad influence here.
Yes, I'm excited about all of your projects.
This thing is getting off the rails.
Go forward.
Shocking.
You notice I try to keep my channel super PG, and then I get on someone else's channel, and I'm like, "Can't we go X? Why aren't we X? What's happening?"
Let's get hardcore.
Wait, before we get, Gaz, I'm not a Power Rangers person. I'm just, I just missed that boat. It was not my. So would I like your Power Ranger show that's on, or is it only for people who are of the fandom?
Well, I would say the average shows we're actually going over the current episode that's on now. Those you probably would not be into. But it's on hiatus right now, so we're doing other more talk showy kind of things where we're just talking about Power Rangers. I usually throw some art up there. Those maybe you would like, but the ones that I think everybody would like is I've done some interviews. I did an interview with Matt Palmer, who created Red Fox, which is a American manga, and it also he's doing a live action YouTube series to go with it. Let me turn off screen share so you can actually see my face here.
I thought you meant Red Fox the comedian at first. I was like, somebody
Sanford and Sons, right? Sanford and Sons.
Yeah, I wasn't actually calling Scott a dummy. That is a famous line for Red Fox for those that don't know. It's Red Fox it's the immortal Red Fox, and but I interviewed me and my partner, the Big Dog, interviewed him, and it was a whole show.
Big Dog.
Yeah,
it's the Big Dog because I've been so curious about the Big Dog with all of your show con experiences. So we get to know a little bit more about the Big Dog.
He is my co-host on this show, so he is there, and we do have a live chat. Right. So you could just go in and be like, "Tell me about you. What kind of pants do you wear?"
I will. I want to know all about his toy collecting habits and everything because you never talk about him, and he's always in your toy collecting con videos.
You know, I don't want. It's not that I am self-centered and egomaniac. That's true, but I don't like to tell other people's stories if they don't want me to. So.
But now that he's like brave enough to go on your show with you, maybe he's going to open up, and I can satisfy because I'm nosy, right?
I appreciate that. I'm nosy too. I would say watch one of our live shows, which I'll give the plug. It's on Twitch, Gazbot with 2 underscores every Monday at 5 p.m. Pacific time. But then I rebroadcast it on YouTube the next day, so you could either do a live chat or you could ask him in the YouTube chat. But honestly, Twitch is really where you're going to catch him because he doesn't go on YouTube.
Gotta go to Twitch.
Yeah,
I have a Twitch account.
There you go. If you subscribe to me, you'll get a notification when it goes live. But the point I was trying to make, not make a big whole commercial about my show, but when you're asking, would someone enjoy it if they don't enjoy Power Rangers? Probably not for the most part. But these hiatus episodes where we're interviewing people, you interviewed Matt Palmer, I think anybody here would enjoy it because he's a writer and he's a creator, and we talk about creating and promoting, and we don't barely talk about Power Rangers at all. And then the one I had last week was with Steve Andrino, who was the original suit actor that played Babu on Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. And it was all about being an actor and how he got into acting and what it's like to wear the suit and interacting with other creatives. So again, I think anybody would enjoy that regardless of the fact that the show he happened to be on was Power Rangers.
Okay, coolness. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. No, thank you.
Hey guys, I hate to end it, but I really need to get to bed.
Yeah. All right.
Sounds fine.
I love pizza.
Well, it is 2:32 Eastern time here, so and my dogs are dying to go outside. So I guess I'll let you on the show, Mike.
What did we end up at on the Kickstarter?
5,000 something. I posted it in chat a while back. Let me see if I can find it.
5,003. Yeah, 5,309.
Okay.
Yeah.
59 backers. So we did better than the last campaign with less people.
Yeah.
Did we?
Wait, with less people? I thought we had more people this time.
No. I think last time was like 163 backers.
We had more creators, less backers. Gotcha.
Yeah. But we had some higher tier backers, so that's cool.
Sure.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. And we had a lot more people getting the book, the physical book, versus the digital this time.
Did you
get the digital last time?
Did you sell a lot of the retailer packs? Yeah, I know my comic store bought one. I don't know.
Not as many as I'd hoped.
Okay,
5 though. So
okay.
I thought my store may have bought a pack, but I didn't confirm with them.
Yeah.
I know the store in Glenwood Springs bought it.
Okay. Cool.
You do, huh? Okay.
Yep. He actually sent me a message saying I just bought it.
Yay!
Nice.
Yeah,
Did we shout out thank you then? Did you tell us so we could shout out to that store? Weren't we supposed to shout out?
I thought I sent it to you
They'll
guys.
tell us in the survey.
Yeah.
Oh, we can say okay. Mike, do you need any help with the after arrangement, or are you with all the after stuff that happens? Are you going to be reaching out to the admin group for that?
I don't think so. I mean, there's not much to help with unless you can all fly down to Bloomington and help me pack up reward.
Oh yeah, Mike, if you can, you DM me your new address so I can send you that art piece.
Okay. Oh, what art piece? Oh,
the one that I did.
Yeah.
For that, I think I'll probably, if you can, I'll probably
Maybe
just
talk about
do-
this offline.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's probably best actually.
Yeah.
But
All right.
I'll send you my address anyways. I always forget.
All right.
Hangouts, I always, because we did so many private ones before.
I know. I realized we were getting a little bit, in the weeds.
Let me tell you about the thing on my ass that I was telling you about.
What?
Progress.
Well, time to go,
Do
everybody.
you have a biopsy on your ass? Is that what
Well, maybe soon. We'll see.
Oh my God.
Hey, it's better than having one on the side of your head.
That's true.
Perfect.
So,
Close it out.
right where we began. That's right. You guys, thank you so much for making this an awesome experience.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been great working with you guys.
I feel like it was more better than the first one. In fact, that we, as a community, we were more better together, which is why I had the little let's stay in touch thing afterwards, because
we all am more better.
Yeah. So let's
Yeah,
keep the
there-
community going, guys. Other than just
What I'm hearing
the
also
challenge.
is that if Mike or somebody isn't willing to step up and edit the next one, I feel like again Karen keeps sort of subtly volunteering for things.
Yeah, sounds like maybe.
Never know.
Well, I'm
I
not
think
subtly
so.
volunteering. I could do it if Mike cannot, is what I'm saying. Or anybody else could also offer to do it. But if Mike is busy with his paid work, I have the tools.
All right.
I can help.
I like
So
she has the technology. All right,
I just don't want to deal with the money. So that's
I'm
all
gonna
I'm saying.
leave because I feel like we've been saying goodbye for too long and it's getting awkward. So